Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Let us know if you can hear us because we haven't tested this out before. Can you guys hear us?
Loud and clear. Fantastic.
Yay!
We're just worried about we're going to get some looping with our microphone and speaker, but that'll be later on.
And the quality's good?
Yeah.
Sound good. Sorry, we've got comments over here on this screen because they're really slow on StreamYard. So who we got here? We got Jess, Darren, Rick, Homestead Aquarius. Hi, guys.
Appreciate you all dropping in.
It's obviously 2 p.m. here on Sunday afternoon, and I think it's around 40 degrees, so
Better part of 100.
100, just, well, yeah, 38's 100, so 105 or something. So, yeah, it's really really quite warm here. Yeah, so thanks for all joining us. We have no idea. I'm trying to figure out. 5. Hi.
Yeah, and Rick's just dropped a comment. I know you're just about to head off and get some well-earned sleep, so we appreciate you dropping in, mate. And I did send you an email back in regards to that link up later on. So, yeah, we're more than happy to do that, and we'll get that happening.
And Rick, that's we're actually using our Rode microphone that we purchased the other day. We saw your tech talk the other day. We've got a Canon M50 and we've got a Rode microphone on the top of it. So, yeah, and about 3 computers all set up and things going everywhere. So, yeah, hopefully it's good quality, and the sun is just over there, so it's yeah, it's fairly bright. I'm just looking at this.
Oh, excellent, Rick. That's good.
Awesome. We might be a little bit more set up in a couple of months because what are we at with the building at the moment? So we're not at lock-up stage. So the windows and everything went in last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and the brickies have the
bricklayers
have started the outside of the building. We've posted a couple of you thought it was me shining. Thanks, Darren. We've posted an update on the house so you can see the outside and everything. And we did a tour through half of the house, and we're going to go out and do a little bit more to the farm as well. And hi, Josh.
Hey, Josh from Western Australia. Great to have you here, mate.
And Linda, hello from Utah. Nice of you to join us. I won't say g'day, mate, because I don't actually say g'day, mate. So sounds a little bit masonry installers. Thanks, Darren.
Qualified masonry installers.
That's good to know about the microphone, Rick, because we weren't going to actually use it. And I thought, well, we may as well just test it out and see what it's like. So it wasn't the most expensive one, but, yeah, it does the trick. So I don't know if you guys have seen, we actually had a bit of a disaster with our camera. We the second time we took it out, it fell over into the grass and smashed the lens, and so that was an expensive lesson.
So it was. We tried our best to fix it, but yeah, it had the zoom part had jammed in, so it had to be replaced. Unfortunately, it was cheaper to replace it than it was to get it repaired, but that's the way of the world at the moment.
Yeah. Hey, Kathy, thanks for joining us. Unless there's a sugar badger, Steve. I'm just looking at
a sugar bagger.
A bagger.
Don't know what a sugar bagger is.
What's a sugar bagger? That's a new one for us.
Must be a tradie term.
So we were trying to think of things we were actually going to have a chat about, and I don't know. I don't know what do you guys want to know. So a little bit of history for people who haven't actually heard us speak before. We've joined Jess's lives a few times, so thanks, sister. So I work full time in I can't say where, but I do assistance with drought-affected farmers all over Australia with funding and grants and that sort of thing. So I work a full-time job, which for me full-time is around 50, 60 hours a week, full-time. Stephen?
So I'm a facilities officer at a local university, and so I basically manage and coordinate upkeep and repairs and cyclic maintenance on about 90 different buildings, close to 700 bedrooms, and then kitchens, bathrooms, laundries, white goods, etc., etc. So it generally keeps me busy once we've got a full retinue of students on the campus, which is sort of looks like where we're heading this year. Last year was a bit tough. We had a quarter of the students on site. This year looks like we're going to be close to capacity. And yes, Darren will drop many comments in there explaining that I'm also a nerd, and I wish I could argue the point, but it's just the way it is. So, yeah.
Jess, what's the oldest building in Australia? Well, we're the First Nation have obviously been here for quite some time, but the white...
settlement buildings, yeah.
Yeah, like we're only 20 years of white settlement, so there's not a lot of really old buildings that remain. So
I don't know what it would be, but it would be in Sydney. So the initial white settlement came in into Botany Bay, which is where Captain Cook discovered that he decided that would be a good spot for the colony to set up. Botany Bay was then determined to be pretty crap as far as resources and things going, so they moved further in, and so the first initial buildings were built basically where Sydney is. So yeah, whatever the building is, that's where our oldest buildings are, and then probably Melbourne after that.
A lot of the older buildings were just really ramshackle and weren't all that fantastic and have been removed. And I just wanted to say hello to a few people that have jumped in. Hi, Gina. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you're staying safe. I know you've got a bit of a weather warning where you are. In God, we trust in God first. Hi, from Texas. Hi, guys.
Lone Star State.
Jess and Andy, I'm not sure who's on, but hi, guys. Jandera, hi, guys, and Walsh Farms. Thank you. And I think I said hello to Homestead Aquarius. There's so much. I didn't realise how many comments there'd be. So you just talk amongst yourselves while we chat.
So Homestead Aquarius, to answer your question, I'm both a Star Trek and a Star Wars nerd. So yeah, I don't discriminate. Yeah, if it's sci-fi, I'm into it.
Star Wars. I don't watch Star Trek. So apart from those full-time jobs, we also have full-time job because we've got an 11-year-old. Harrison,
who's in there somewhere,
who's in this wall behind us on his computer, who will very, very rarely ever get on lives. I think he jumped on a Jess's for all of 2 seconds, and that was about it. So we have Harrison, and Stephen has two older children who are 20, I want to say 26 and 22, or
Yeah.
So, and that's from a previous relationship. So, and then we have our farm that we're actually setting up. We purchased the property 3 years ago, just on 3 years ago. But we've been a little bit busy because I've done 19 houses so far. So built and renovated and everything. And we had a few houses to finish up before we decided, and we wanted to get this one right because we're not moving again. This is it for us. So
I'm done with moving.
Yeah, 42 times I've moved.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit nuts. So so it's taken a little while to get to this point. So we've started with the house because it's 20 acres. There's nothing on there. So we've started building the house, which I designed 3 years ago.
Yep.
As soon as we got the property, I've gone, that's it. And then, we'll be starting to set up the infrastructure. We've got cows, obviously, out there. So we've just had our first season of calves. So yeah.
So we've had 3 drops of calves, and we've ended up with 7 bulls and two girls. So
yeah, which is
we would have liked it the other way around, but
but the price of beef in Australia is pretty crazy anyway. So yeah. So
but yeah, we're really looking forward to getting out there and starting to set up our greenhouses and tunnels and garden beds and sheds and everything else. So yeah, we've got a big journey ahead of us for the next 3, 4, 10 years, which will be exciting.
Not exactly sure.
Do you raise trebles?
I'm not sure what that is. Trust? Is that a Texan thing? I'm done with moving too. Yeah, Kathy. Yeah, you would be. So what are we doing out at the farm? So we're setting up obviously a vegetable garden because, as you've seen from where we are, we're in a rental. I think it's like 600 square meters. There's not much of it, and there's no soil. It just everything that we plant in the ground just curls up and dies. So we've got everything in pots at the moment, including Stephen's 110 pumpkins.
Well, we haven't ended up with that many alive, but yeah.
No, we gave away a lot, and then we lost a whole heap, and then we asked for some back. So we've got about 15 pumpkin plants at the moment. So yeah, and Stephen's addicted to peppers and chilies and all that sort of stuff. So there's lots of that and lots of tomato.
There's a couple of chili plants growing out there.
Yeah, lots of basil. We've got about 20 fruit trees. So and strawberries and. Yeah, but we're just itching to get out to the farm because we hate it here. I'm just trying to figure out which way I'm pointing. Just to our side here, there's a house just right beside us. So yeah. Yeah,
and nothing wrong with living in suburbia and being close to people, but we're looking forward to just having a bit of space around us and do our own thing and. Have a bit of a land that we can get into and get some good crops and harvest and get into some preserving and document it all here on our YouTube channel. So it's going to be a heck of a journey.
So residents, we are currently 8 kilometres. I think it takes us 5 minutes to get to the property. So it's 5 minutes, would it be? That's not too bad because as you may have seen from some of our videos, we don't have water on the farm. We don't have a dam. We have tanks that aren't hooked up to anything at the moment. They're only like 2,000 litres, or I don't know what that's in gallons, but whatever. But I think 500 gallons or something. Yeah, so we're having to cut water every day now. We don't have food out there either. The grass is so dry that when you walk on it, it basically crunches. So we haven't had rain since November. We've had 50 mil or 2 inches in the last 4 months. Yeah. So we have no water at all. With the new house, we do have a 110,000 litre tank going in. But the only way to fill that is to either get it carted in or for it to rain. And we're in our dry season, so
yeah, it's not looking like rain anytime soon, but we just keep hoping. We've got basically 5 adult cows on the property, and they will drink between 50 and 70 litres at a go. So you cut out 1,000 litres, and then they head up to the drink troughs and all have a good old go. And there's 300 to nearly 400 litres that goes straight away. So on the hot days and this hot weather, we're basically carting water out every day and a half. And because they can go without food for a little while. We make sure we put bales out for them, but a cow can survive without food, but it's going to go downhill really quick in this weather if it hasn't got water. So that's our main concern.
Gardening in the North. Hi guys, thanks for joining us. I subbed to your channel. I think you got a shout out the other day from someone, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. So yeah, we're in a world of hurt really at the moment with our the cost of food. It's the food that we're feeding, a bale of lucerne that will keep our guys going for a couple of days, is around $200 a roll. And the oat and hay is getting up to about $100. So
it varies between 60 and 100, just depends, what the demand is like. We found a nice farmer just down the road from our property. Actually, he's a mate of mine that I went through school with, it turns out. And we're buying a shipment of bales of hay from him. So that'll be 14 big round bales, which will get us through till hopefully the weather breaks, which will be good.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So at the moment, we're cutting the water out in an IBC, 1,000 litre IBC. There's a water stand that we can fill up with the water. Obviously, you have to pay for it. So we fill up that and take that out.
Yes, our cows they get town water, so they they get good quality water, and we keep the bathtubs pretty clean. So good clean water is one of the things to keeping healthy animals. Yeah.
IBCs are great. I like them for gender. I like them for wicking beds and aquaponics and everything like that. But look, we're looking at. We did a video on divining, and we actually had a gentleman out to see about a bore, and we will probably put one in, but our water is a little bit salty and brackish, so we'd have to put a decel plant on it if we wanted to use it. And at the moment, with the house being built, it doesn't grow on trees. Apparently, we're growing trees out here, but I haven't seen any money growing on it. So, so we're looking at about $15,000 to $20,000 to put in the bore. So, which we're going to have to get if we want to set up our veggie little mini market garden.
And then most of the bore water around this part of our state is fairly brackish. It's got a fairly high salt content. So if you then want to process that to make it potable or drinkable, then you've got to have a decel plant. You can certainly use it for stock, but if you wanted to use it for any form of irrigation or whatever, then it needs to be treated through a decel. So there's another $6,000 to $8,000 for the decel plant, which again is part of the plan. That will be good, and then we'll have a good supply of water anytime we need it. But it's just a matter of getting it set up. So did I see Boddington Farm just pop in? Hey, Bibby, an agent, or is agent out the back doing work? He's probably out there flame throwing any weed he can find.
What?
Oh, hello.
Oh, good Lord.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with the chat, and it seems that we're
going nuts.
Sean, hi guys. Hi from Australia. Oh, sorry, I was just seeing some names come up, and I'm like, I don't recognize these people. So, oh my goodness, we're not going to keep up with that. Hi, welcome to Sweeney's Creek Farm, guys. Room rate, obviously, Stephen. Yep. So, wow.
Can I just say, now that we've got North Shore is here, can I just say what a fantastic job you do day in, day out, supporting small channels, sharing the love, as you said, holding up your brothers and sisters, mate. You do a fantastic job, and everyone that's come in from your channel, thank you so much. We when you're doing things tough in drought conditions, to have so many people that your overseas friends, it's fantastic. So thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it.
Sorry. You can keep talking.
It's okay, Bob. Yeah, I mean, we we're not doing it as tough as some people, but we've got plans and we're trying to get forward, and it's always a battle to get where you want to get to, and there's always something in the way and something you've got to overcome, and to have people that we've met in the last 3-4 months and people that we get on so well with and we just truly love. So it's great to have you guys here.
Yeah, it's if you're joining us for the very first time, Australia's been in drought for quite some time, and we were just explaining that we haven't had any rain here for nearly 3-4 months. So, it's a bit of a struggle at the moment. So, but it's been fantastic because we decided to actually start this YouTube channel not for anybody else, but for us and our little boy. So we could actually track our journey to our forever home. Poor Harrison, our little boy, he's 11 and he's moved 11 times and doesn't know where his own address at the moment. So we're just going to track our journey, and it's been fantastic because we've met so many wonderful people. And North Shore, Sean, you're a major one, and our other Aussie friends as well. It's been fantastic to actually get to see people and get to meet people and share what we know and see what other people know and get to know the differences from all around the world. It's been absolutely fantastic, and we've made some really, really great friends here, and they've helped us and they support us, and we don't know if we'd be where we are without having met some of these people. And we just really, really appreciate the love. I'm just looking at all the comments here.
I'm seeing Illinois and Texas and all over the place. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, and it's just great. There's Nevada, and I can't keep up with everything. But look, if you want to subscribe, you're certainly more than welcome to. But we're doing it for to share what we know, and we know there's a lot of homesteaders over in America and in Canada, but we didn't think there was anyone in Australia doing this until we decided, we'll jump on and see, and it's been absolutely fantastic. But I just can't keep up with all these Lone Star Pioneering, Erin Woods, Harvey Black. There's a few names because I have actually been on quite a few raids with Sean and met some fantastic people and have kept in touch with them. So he's great at finding little channels and it's just great to see.
Yeah. And look, we've got a lot of our Aussie friends, and Darren and Bibby and Silhouette Park and Jandera and all you guys. You know who you are, particularly Team Down Under. We love you guys. But I wanted to do a special shout out for 3 people overseas that have done also helped us on our journey and brought us into our lives, and that's Keto Jess and Micro Farmer and the Beehive. And these 3 people, I consider them de facto Aussies now, and if they ever get out to this part of the world, then our house is your house, and we just really appreciate the support and help that you've given us as well. So, and
we're actually setting up a farm stay, so everyone's welcome to come and visit us. We'd love to have everybody. So and if there's something that you want to know, or if we put something up and you want to ask questions, we love the comments. So it's good to know that we're putting out content that people actually want to see, and we're hoping now that we have our camera, which got smashed, we're hoping that we can put out a little bit more content and you can see it. And if you want to know something, just drop us a line. We've got an email address, and we respond to every single email. So. Yeah, put another shrimp on the barbie. No one says that here. We don't know where that come from.
Can I just explain 3 things in relation to that? Paul Hogan has a lot to answer for. We don't call them shrimps; they're prawns, and I don't know any Australians that put them on the barbie. So I wouldn't put a prawn on the barbie to start off with. So, but anyway, it's a nice stereotype.
A nice big steak or something like that.
Yeah, give me a steak and a hamburger and some onions, and
we're not vegans. Sorry, no, we're not vegetarians. So but look, it's.
Can I also just get a message back out there to everyone overseas, because the whole world is facing some pretty tough stuff at the moment. Australia has done it hard, and we've got the pandemic under control now. But please, everyone overseas, take care, look after yourself.
Wolfgang, yes, we do eat Vegemite. We don't spread it like most people do on as like jam or jelly, as you call it. We do eat Vegemite. So yes, you're not Aussie if you don't eat it. So, but don't eat it like Darren from Silhouette Park, who eats it by the spoonful, because you will kill yourself. So it's disgusting. So,
and reaching Cold Mountain, the only thing we do with Foster's is we export it overseas for other people to drink. Nobody likes Foster's here.
No. And I noticed a couple of people are saying something about the weather. It's not too bad here today. It's only 108 degrees. So, yeah, so it is a little bit hot. But it's going to be hotter tomorrow. So thanks, Katie. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. So, and yes, Susan, everyone's praying for this drought. Some people up north are getting a little bit of rain, but
we're in our dry summer.
Yeah, we have a dry summer, not a wet summer like the north.
Just briefly explain where we are. If you're looking at a map of Australia and you've got the pointy bit where Queensland is, you come down the coast. So Queensland, New South Wales, then Victoria and Tasmania. So we're the bottom state in the southeast, and we're in the centre of that state. So we're about 100 miles northwest of Melbourne.
Yeah, so we're not near the coast. We're smack bang in the middle of one of the states. There's not too many states in Australia, not like America. And for those of you who don't know, Australia is pretty much as the size of America. So, but we only have 26 million people here, not as many as you guys.
For some reason, the rain always seems to go above us and below us. It seems to separate and miss us all the time, but we just keep battling on. Yeah,
so I think for those in America, we'd be classed as 9B, I think, in our region here. So hi Nettie, thanks for coming. So I'm still trying to keep up with this chat. There's just so many people.
It's amazing. Just thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much. It's just, this is our first live. We've never done this, and I couldn't sleep last night. I'm surprised I don't have bags under my eyes because I was so nervous, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm going to say. And all our Aussie friends just get on there and just have a bit of a chat, and Prepared Texan, I hope you're doing a rain dance with clothes on, or on, sorry. So, yeah, it was really, really quite nerve-wracking doing our first live because we haven't been on YouTube for very long. So we're a fairly new channel, and we see some of these experts and like Sean doing room raids, and, yeah, I just sit here and I think, people aren't going to want to see us talk. So we're really, really, really happy, and thanks, Becky. Really appreciate that. And
it's just amazing to see all the locations. We're both fairly educated and have a good understanding of how America is structured and where the states are. And I have a bit of a passion for the American Civil War era. So to see all these states that I read about all the time is just amazing. So it's fantastic.
What is Aussie Friends? Ozzy Osbourne. Oh God, don't know.
Well, I love Ozzy Osbourne. He's my idol.
Thank you guys for coming in and everything like that. If you've got any questions, I'm trying to keep up. Hi from New York, USA. Loving you chatting. Thank you, guys. Really, really appreciate it. And as I said before, if you want to see something, if you want to see kangaroos, we've got heaps of them on our property at the moment. So we're getting a friend to come with their drone so we can get a little bit closer to them because, they tend to disappear. So, yeah.
They don't hang around for too long.
Yeah, but, so as I said, we're building our farm. We're building it from scratch. There's nothing there. When we got there was 4 fences. That was pretty much it. So we're having to start from scratch, which is really, really quite fun. But, it's a lot of work, and when you're working full-time and you're full-time parents, and you guys know what it's like. It's tough. So, yeah.
Yeah, Resonance is just trying to do a pronunciation lesson there. It's definitely Aussie with a Z or a Z sound rather than an S.
Aussie,
So, a lot of Americans will say Aussie, and it's not a sound, it's more of a Z. So it's Aussie.
North Shore, you're amazing. You're amazing. And, I'm thinking you had some inside information that we were going live. So just want to thanks from Canada. Can I come visit? I so want to go to Canada, not during winter.
Not during winter, though.
No, it looks a little bit cold there.
18 feet of snow is just not attractive at all.
Yeah, we wouldn't get much below, 32 is 0? Yeah, so we wouldn't get much below that. So, Yeah. Thanks, CB. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a list of a few places in America that we'd like to go see.
North Shore, thank you. I can see you've said rally the troops. Thank you, everyone, for visiting, and much love to you all. And it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, it's been fantastic to have you guys all here. So thank you very much.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. And, if you want to give us a thumbs up, that's great. If you want to subscribe, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. So if you want something, you can email us, sweetiescreekfarm@gmail.com. So if you want to drop us a line and ask us questions about Australia, or if you want to come visit when you're allowed to, just email and you're more than welcome to visit us.
Yeah. So, please, everyone, stay safe. Do what you have to keep yourself healthy and safe, and look after each other. Yeah, we love you all.
Thanks, Northern Girl. Thanks, Homestead Aquarius. Yeah, it's people can. Well, Darren says that I say that I can talk underwater, but when you're sitting here, just the two of us, and there's something there that you're supposed to look at. And
who? Darren.
Darren.
Do we know someone called Darren?
Yes, we do. He's one of our beautiful mods, and we love him. He's our illustrious Shed Wars leader. So, hey, Homer.
Look out. Micro is in the house. Micro's been outside working in the freezing cold, chasing rats in his chicken coop, I believe.
Thanks, Nettie. I watched a bit of Adam's live, actually, so I was on that just before we came in. So
you forgot the marbles part.
Hey, Carl. Thanks for joining us. I'm expecting some dad jokes. So
at least.
Wow, that was crazy.
That was fantastic.
I didn't know what was like. All these people's names were coming up, and I thought, how did they find us? So you're both on both lives, Bibby. You're just amazing. Yeah, I don't even know where we were. What were we even talking about? I haven't been able to keep up with.
No, it was crazy mad. Yeah.
Wow. I need to breathe. I need a drink. I seriously do. So, thanks, Donna, if you're still here. The comments are coming up really, really slow, so I need some water. I can apparently talk underwater. Oh, my goodness. I have no idea where we were at before that.
Maybe I should go to the fridge and get a Foster's. Maybe that would be more.
Ugh.
I think I've got Corona. Yeah.
Who else is here? I'm sorry if I've missed anybody, but yeah, I think I had to make a comment. I was out checking the pumpkins today, and I did a video the other day on hand propagating, and I had a look at our pumpkins today, and the ones that were about that big in the video are now like the size of a golf ball. I couldn't believe how quickly, and they're everywhere. So if anyone wants any pumpkins, I've got some.
Pumpkin scones, roast pumpkin.
Nettie's pumpkin scones. Yeah. So we've got a lot of pumpkins.
I'm sure Jess will be able to teach us how to can pumpkin.
Yeah, Josh, someone said something about Foster's in the room, right? And we're just like, no, the only thing I use Foster's for is to catch the slugs that are eating my strawberries. So, yeah, Stephen wouldn't give up his Corona the other day. So, Crownie.
It was a Corona. It was a Mexican. Yeah,
He didn't want to. So
no way slugs are getting my Corona.
The Foster's. Linda, if you're close to us, come get some pumpkins because, we're going a bit fuzzy. There you go. Darren, I shouldn't be singing though. Oh, only when she's drunk. So, anytime you're passing through Sunbury, feel free to drop some. Yeah. Oh, I didn't realise Carl asked why we didn't visit him when we were taking down the shed in Riddles Creek, and I'm because we didn't know Carl then. So sorry, Carl. But sure, when we visit Melbourne, which is not often.
That was a very cold, wet, very muddy site we were on. It was It
was disgusting. There was a new development going in next door, and the groundworks were just the poor lady had been flooded out. So, but where were we on our? Does anyone have any questions? So, too kind, Darren. That was a great video. Thank you, Kathy. I didn't realise that people didn't know the difference between the male and female. He didn't know.
No.
He had no idea. So it's true, you can teach an old dog new tricks.
Sometimes.
But I don't know what we're talking about. So I see a few people I recognise. Hi, Fox at Outdoors. I have no idea where you're from. I haven't seen your name before. Hi. Why do people say the land down under when referring to Australia? Because we're down under the equator. So
we were basically the last continent to be discovered by the Western world, and because it's down in the southern hemisphere, it sort of just became the land down under. There's really only South America that's also in the southern hemisphere, and it was already well known. So I suppose that's how we've had to pick that up. Yeah.
Hi, Daisy Grace. I hope that all the pig dispatching went well today. So that's something that we're actually going to be getting pigs when we move out there. We don't want to get them just yet because we're not out there to look after them daily. So, yeah.
Utah, USA. Yep.
And I'm hoping is it Leela? If I'm saying that wrong, I'm so sorry. Leela. I'm from the States, New Mexico, to be slightly more precise. I'm from Quebec.
Yeah, Fox at Outdoors, welcome. I was on a stream the other day and chatting to the boys there.
Yep.
There's a few homesteaders that get together there. They chat to a mad guy over in Hawaii called Johnny, and Johnny's a really cool cat.
Yeah, Stephen jumps on as Bomber Steve sometimes, so yeah.
I always give Micro a hard time when I'm Bomber Steve, but now that I'm Sweeney's Creek, I better behave myself.
Yes, don't want to tarnish my reputation of being nice. Jesus, enough. Don't say anything, Darren. Sorry. But it's a hot day for Scold. Oh yeah. Oh no, that'd be a bit crazy. Sorry, we're kicking out. We're not kicking. We're trying to stop our dog. She's This is Shadow. If you haven't met, she's a French bulldog.
Hello, puppy.
And we've got another one as well. You may have seen them. So where are we at? Building. We're hoping we'll be in about 3 months maybe. We've got a lot of work to do because we've got a builder, but we're doing all the painting. We're building our own kitchen, installing. We've got 2 kitchens in our house. Just for those that don't know, I used to have a cake decorating business, and so I had to close that down because I had a major back injury and wasn't able to walk pretty much. So all that equipment I've got in my kitchen, and Stephen, I like to bake. Stephen likes to cook, so he's got his kitchen, I've got my kitchen. Guess whose will be the cleanest?
We'll keep it all clean. But we've got the big stainless steel benches that we had at the cafe kitchen, and so it's going to be basically a commercial kitchen that we'll have access to. So
big industrial oven. I just couldn't bear to part with that. That was the one thing that I absolutely love. So we've had that in storage for 4 years. So can't wait to get it. So
resonance, just in regard to the question there, how's Shadow going to go on the farm? Part of the development is we'll be building an enclosed yard at the back of the house, and that's going to be completely enclosed with rodent/snake mesh to keep the snakes out of that particular area. And so, we won't be allowing the dogs to run the whole gamut of the farm, especially not during the spring and summertime. It will have a dog run of a sizable amount, but it's going to be 99.9% snake proof. I'll make sure of it.
Yeah, they'll have probably an acre to maybe 3/4 of an acre to an acre to run around in. The cows don't particularly like them. They're little. They don't bark, but they just don't. they don't like them at all, do they? They just don't appreciate the little dogs being around them. So, they cost a kidney to buy. So we don't really particularly want them to get into trouble. And, we do have snakes, obviously. For those that don't know, Stephen is a professional snake relocator. So we're pretty right there. So, I'm hoping he doesn't charge out fees when he...
I'm just hoping I never have to catch one on the property.
We've had one.
Yeah, we've had 2 that I've seen, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, you saw the one. We had some corrugated iron and we were moving it and I was stepping on it and I picked up sheet after sheet after sheet and banged on it. And when I lifted up the last sheet, there was a 5-foot brown snake underneath it. So, look, we'll do our best like everyone else to control our rats and mice and make it unappealing for them. But, yeah.
Cat Lady Prepper 23. I love North Carolina. I think it's beautiful there. So I'm going to come visit if you don't mind. I'll just pitch a tent in the front yard. So
as long as we get to Gettysburg when we get over there, the rest of it, don't mind.
Yeah, Darren, I don't think Shadow would round up our chickens so much as try and eat them. So, but the problem with it, our chickens, we've got Plymouth Rock. That's a big chicken. And our rooster, Rocky, can't stand Stephen. So he's drawn blood a couple of times. So I don't think that Shadow would stand a chance against our chickens. So
we have many names and words that I can associate with our rooster, Rocky, but none of them I can share on this stream.
Leela.
So, I would just basically call him Rocky the Mongrel. He's a real... He's a real aggressive rooster at me. I don't know what I did to him, but yeah.
Yes, Micro, you have an excuse to come and eat from 2 kitchens.
Yes, we'll cook you up some traditional Australian meal so you can see what we eat as far as an Australian diet.
Which I think is funny because we don't just go foraging in the bush for food. We don't eat the Melbourne is obviously, we were discussing this before, is one of the biggest Greek communities outside of Greece. So we have a really eclectic mix of food. And Stephen and we cook Chinese, Mexican, Indian,
Thai. Traditional European, English, American.
But we don't go out a lot because we do everything ourselves from scratch. So always have. So we love to cook. So
if you went back into the 1920s in Australia, it was very much beef, lamb, and chicken, meat, and 3 veg. And that was what you would. It was very much based on an English type cuisine. But now we have a lot of European and Asian influence. So lots of people eat lots of different styles of food now, and we have access to just about everything. There's a few things from America that I'd like to be able to get hold of. They can be hard to get hold of, but yeah.
Yeah, Michael, we do love cooking Thai. We've started our herb garden. We've got some lemongrass and oregano and thyme, or oregano, or oregano, I don't know. Emus now, roosters. Yeah.
No, it's emus and roosters. Yeah, they all have a crack at me.
Emus. Not emus.
Yes, Micro, emus.
For those of you who didn't see the video, Steve got some love from a juvenile emu. I'm not sure whether it was love or it was aggression, but he got kissed a lot. So, had to end the video pretty quickly.
At least he didn't draw blood like the rooster.
Yeah. Lamb is the king of meats, but bacon is God. So, it's, bacon makes everything better. I even used to cook cupcakes and I would put bacon on top that's been cooked in maple syrup. So not at all healthy, just sugar with sugar and a little bit more sugar.
Yeah.
Jess is probably having a heart attack. Sorry, Jess. So,
welcome, John Hanson, another sub from Scotland. Thank you.
Oh, Scotland. Yeah, we our heritage, my family tree, we're Welsh and a little bit of Irish, and Steve's last name is O'Connor, so it doesn't take much. But he's German, and
so my heritage is I've got a very thin line for Irish, but I've also got Scottish, English, Welsh, German, and a little bit of Italian / Swiss in there as well. But the Scottish ancestry I have actually comes from the Isle of Skye, which is a small island on the west coast of Scotland, I think. So pretty harsh part of the world.
I go just as well. I like you. So bush chook.
Yeah. One of my favourite meats is emu. It's a really nice gamey, not a strong gamey, but it's a nice meat to eat.
Maple bacon beer pretzels.
Mm.
Wow. Wow, you're a mutt, like most of us. Yeah, I'm a mutt. Yeah, but we call them mongrels in Australia. We're mutts. So pretty much everyone who's here is a mutt somewhere. So we're not that old. So yeah. What is emu? It's emu. It's like an ostrich. So it's just Australian. So yeah.
They're our largest native bird. Similar to an ostrich.
Your Heinz variety, like me, Bomber. Yeah. I'm just having a look. It's a big bird that doesn't fly. It's kind of a weird looking thing. So yeah, I think White House on the Hill is another channel that we watch, and they have emus as well. I think they're emus.
There was a big industry, 10, 15 years ago in farming emus. It seemed to have dropped off a bit now, but there's still a few.
No apology needed. Kat, we've got some very bizarre animals in Australia, like the platypus. Now that's a weird creature. So if you have never seen a platypus, cat lady, just have a look at Google platypus. It looks like a cross between a duck and a beaver. So.
The other one that we've actually had out on our property is an echidna, which is our spiny anteater. If you want to have a look at that one, we do get those on the property occasionally.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how this StreamYard thing works. We're obviously new to this whole thing. So I had a great day yesterday. Stephen's staying home, and it was like 200 degrees outside, and I decided that was a perfect time to go out and pick out carpets, tiles, floor coverings, taps, baths, vanities. What else did I do? Cooktops, range hoods, all that really good stuff. Oh, wood fires, all that really good stuff that you should do when it's 200 degrees outside. So, so I had a little bit of fun yesterday and picked out a whole heap of stuff. So that was really cool. But the builder obviously needed a few bits and pieces, and we're getting to the point where we have to start ordering stuff, because at the moment with delays and obviously COVID, there's a few delays in getting stuff and everything, and some of the stuff that we've ordered, we wanted to order, we just won't get it in time. So like we had our mindset on a certain heater from Canada actually, and I forgot to tell him, so this is the first time he's hearing it. The one that we actually wanted, if we wanted to, we had to put in an order, and there's a shipment coming over, and they've all basically been sold out. So we'd have to put in an order and wait for the next one. So it basically wouldn't arrive before we actually built the house. So we picked another one, good old Aussie brand. So, forgive me for my ignorance. You still have Aboriginal people around? Yes, yeah. Have you ever run into? Yeah, look, Jess, my cousin is Aboriginal. He was adopted by when I say adopted, I'm not going to go into politics. We don't talk politics or religion on this channel at all, because people have different views. He came from a certain group of people that were taken from their parents and given to white people. So I won't get into that because we don't talk politics. But yeah, he is my cousin, and we've spent a lot of time with him growing up. And Stephen, he won't bore you with a lot of detail, but he works a lot with Aboriginal communities in here. We actually occupy the land from
the people in this area were the Dja Dja Wurrung group or tribe. And we still have descendants and people that belong to that particular group of First Nations people. And we still have.
Thanks, Homestead Aquarius. Sorry. Yeah. And Billy, yes, we're from Australia. Yep.
So there's Aboriginal association that helps them, and at the university I work with, we have Aboriginal liaison officers that assist Aboriginal people with getting through university and things like that. So we're both fairly passionate about supporting that particular group of people. And
and Jess, you said about mad gardening skills. No, they were very much into using what was produced from the land and not actually producing their own food. So they didn't do gardens as such. So they just, they took from the land what was there already. Yeah. So
they would travel around. They were very
Darren, hunting and gathering. Yeah. Yep.
So they had their area, and they would move from different patches depending on the time of the year. They were also the first people that started to do ecological manipulation. So they would actually clear trees and burn down parts of the forest to encourage grasslands, which would then bring kangaroos in, which means they could hunt them. So the Australian landscape was affected by the Aboriginals, but in very much a low-key and quite positive way.
Yeah. And they are good in the outback. Yeah, they are still used for their skills in that, and they're very, very proud nation of people. So they hand down their skills from their dream time. So we, as you said, we're Storia. We're just custodians. We don't own this. We might be on the title, but we don't own the land. I mean, we're only going to be here for a short time. I'm hoping it's a bit longer than my age, which I'm not going into. But so.
And they regard the land as their mother, and all of the land has a spirit within it, and it's actually a beautiful culture when you do some research on it, and it sort of ties in with the way I view things. So it's I pay respect to the land I'm on, and I want to leave it better than what I found it.
Yeah, we our neighbour out at our farm, his property is really quite different from ours. It's amazing, the fence line, because ours was part of an old farm, and it's been farmed to within an inch of its life, and there is some good soil out there, but we're very much into regenerative farming. So we're going to try and leave it a little bit better than what we left it. And our son Harrison said he's never leaving home, and he's just going to build on a house on our property. So yeah, there's that. So we've got to leave it good. And he's very aware of his surroundings. I think when I was 11, I wouldn't know anything about politics and or the environment as much as he does, and he's quite on our back about doing stuff right and looking after things. So if we don't do our job right, I'm sure he'll tell us, because he's very opinionated. I don't know where he gets it from. So shut up, Darren. Getting in before you can. So.
And look, the other thing too is we want to be planting and encouraging native endemic plants out there to encourage and support the native birds in the area. I also volunteer with Reptiles Victoria, so I'm ready to do reptile rescues with turtles and lizards and things like that. We want to do a bit to help out with the environment. We also are good friends with the local wildlife rescue guy here in Bendigo, and hopefully we'll be able to set up and help him with bird recovery as well, particularly with our beautiful wedge-tailed eagles that we have in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had native birds before and hoping to get back into that, but more so not to keep them in, just to rehabilitate. So we have a lot of native birds out where we are, like eastern. I was about to say eastern browns. That's a snake. We've got them. The crimson rosellas, easterns, lorikeets. There's a lot of birds. We get corellas at the moment. Just a massive. Like corellas are bad this year, so which is fine because they pull up the onion grass, which is good. But
Linda Walters made a comment sounds similar to the Native American Indians, and there are a lot of parallels between the First Nations people in America and here in Australia, and certainly their view of hunting. Like I know that the Native Americans, when they would hunt a bison, they would show due respect to that animal, and they would make sure they use every single component of that animal. And the Aboriginals were the same. They would hunt in a respectful manner and pay homage to the passing of that spirit, and then make sure that it was all used by the tribe. So yeah, there's a lot of parallels.
Hi, Jackos. I'm not sure where you're from, but thanks for joining us. And Bibi, is that true?
Oh wow!
Wow,
That's mind blowing.
The UK. Thank you. Yeah, Jess. Just saw that. That's insane.
That's
I think
crazy.
we ended the year with, I think, 52. So, and I feel a bit guilty because I'm so trying to get out content at the moment, but physically it's just so much just waiting for the cricket to start. Well, at least you know what cricket is, so thank you. It's just, it's physically draining out there at the moment to get video footage, and as you know, the rental doesn't have much going on, but you know, we go out to the farm and it's just, there's so much to do because you can't go, it's not like you can go inside and grab a drink and cool down a little bit because there is no inside, really, is there?
No.
It's just a building with a roof. So it'll be much easier to get more content when we're out there. So, yeah.
Jack, I was in a stream the other week and someone mentioned linseed oil, and I said, oh, yeah, we use linseed oil to condition cricket bats. And a whole lot of Americans, in particular Jess, who's on this stream, said, you know, what's cricket?
What's cricket?
I kind of set them up because I knew not many Americans know what cricket is, and you know they're not. Yeah, it's not a sport they're used to.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just, I just want to get so much out there, and I just think that
it just takes time.
It does, and I want to share with everyone a little bit more of our day to day. But at the moment, it's a little bit boring here. There's not a lot we can do here. We don't want to invest in anything here because we don't own this property. So, but our next, what's our next major project is our chickens. So when we got our chickens, we actually have two massive, great big 40-foot shipping containers, and they sit about 3 meters apart. And so we actually just put up fences at the ends of these 40-foot shipping containers, and we put a little chicken coop in there, and so it was a temporary thing, and 3 years later it's still temporary, right?
Yep.
So our next one is we're building a chicken run, a really big chicken run, and a lot of the stuff we're using is recycled. So we're going to be using recycled pallets, the wood from that. We've got recycled wire fencing. The chicken coop is a cubby house.
Yep.
Oh, cubby house. What's cubby? What's a cubby? A kid's
house.
A little kid's house.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know.
Like a tree house on the ground.
What Americans would call a cubby house. If anyone out there in America wants to say, it's a little building that looks like a house that kids play in. I don't know if you call it a cubby house. So that was recycled from someone that was just going to throw it out.
Yep.
So
that was a freebie.
yeah, so we're setting that up, and Obviously, we'll have some protection from aerial predators, although we haven't had anything stolen so far. But we did have a fox get 2 of our chickens, first time in 3 years, and that was completely our fault. We didn't maintain the base of one of our shipping containers, and they
Playhouses.
Playhouse. Thank you. The fox actually crawled all the way under the shipping container, about 9 feet under, and started digging and got through. So we didn't know that. So Darren, don't offer. We'll call on you. You can pick up some pumpkins and give to Carl on the way through. So yeah.
Yeah, but and the new chicken run will have a wood section down the bottom of the fence, and then we'll be filling that up with bark chips and deep bedding. So it will become a good factory for organic material for the garden beds too, which will be great.
Yeah, lots of carbon material. I bought a book. You may have seen the video about polyface designs. Joel Salatin, so deep bedding just keeps it a little bit cleaner and to get the chickens to turn over and make it into compost. But that's going to be a static one, and that's our Plymouth Rocks, and they will be ones that we breed to either sell or, because they're a big bird. And then we'll have rotationally grazed layer hens for eggs. So, but yeah.
And then our chicken tractors with some broiler chickens in there as well.
Yeah, so we'll raise our own meat birds. We're going to get the pigs in first because we need them to turn up a bit of the soil, especially in where we're planting our orchard. We just want that broken up. So we'll rotationally graze some pigs. We're getting Berkshire, which is an heirloom breed, one of the only, well, we have very few breeds here. We don't have like the Coonies or the Idaho pastured pigs and that sort of thing. So
thanks, Darren. We appreciate it. We'll definitely take you up on that.
We're not buying emus.
No emus.
You're going to be the death of me, sister. So, yeah. I feel like chicken skin for some reason, Jess, and I need to pee. That's your fault. So,
do you want to put the link in and see if anyone wants to join in, or?
Yeah. Look. Oh, hang on.
We might put the link in for the StreamYard. No.
I have no idea what I did. Sorry, guys. I have no idea what happened then. So
drop him in there.
It was me. I touched the screen and something disappeared. Yeah, Darren, yeah, that's another one. The reason we're going Berkshires is because we can get them. So
look out.
Another one.
Jess is in the house.
No Berkshires because we can get them. So we're just
look out.
Hang on, sorry. We're just turning something down.
Jess is in the house.
No Berkshires because we can get them. So we're just
look out.
Hang on, sorry. Can you actually hear us?
It was me. I had my YouTube still on. I do it every time.
We knew there was feedback coming in somewhere. I couldn't go. Hang on. Which screen was it on?
Mine. Oh,
that's good.
Hi. I just want to jump up here and support you guys.
Awesome to have you here, Jess.
Well, thank you.
You've been a great support, actually. So, we've our first live was with you and Micro and Beehive. So, being invited into that, we thought it was about time that we did our own. And I was just like, I'm not shy, but I don't know about these lives. So.
It's nervous when you know you got other people just staring at you at the other screen. Hey, Darren.
How you doing, Jess?
You look like you've had a haircut.
A week ago.
Oh, that's how much I notice. You're looking beautiful.
Thank you. You look beautiful too.
Thanks. Sorry about this.
Yeah, you can only do so much for that.
Oh my
For those
goodness.
of you who know, Stephen smashed his head the other day, so yeah, it's healed up really, really well.
It's still sore though.
Yeah. It's a cooler in the basement. Nose rings on the pigs. I don't know, Daisy Grace, because we actually want them to, get it, but I'm not sure if we're talking about the nose rings.
Yeah.
Not
Did you
sure.
get them chicken skins out?
No, not yet. So I haven't. I didn't get to see your video the other day. I've got a whole heap of them marked to look, and one of yours is help you fry something in the morning. And I'm just like, oh, so yeah.
Oh, the air fryer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the first time I ever used the air fryer, and yeah, it was crazy. It
Jesse,
worked out good.
You need to specifically breed a new one of chicken that's just all bone and skin. So just a chicken that's just all skin.
Dude, that live was so funny when we were talking about chicken skins. I don't remember who said it, that they thought I just got chicken skins and laid it out on a rack. And I'm like, no, like who does that?
And the day you were eating the pumpkin seeds, I kept on looking at it, thinking that's the scene from Ace Ventura where he's sitting there and he's eating the bird seed, and he says, "Do you want an ashtray?" And he goes, "No, it's a disgusting habit." And all I could see was the pumpkin seeds being eaten. So
I think it's like a nervous habit. Every time I get on the live, I'm like eating something.
I'm just like Crazed Family Homestead. Hi. All these new people.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So lots of names coming in.
Yeah. So I don't know if anyone's got any questions. Jacko's problem if I did a live chat, either I'd have to be up at 4 a.m. or you guys would. Well, I think there's been a couple of times where I got up and watched Jess and what was 3 a.m. in the morning here. So
Jules, small gardening in the backyard. Jules, he was on at 5 o'clock in the morning, been on for 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, I'm still tired from that.
It was crazy.
I passed out at my time. It was like 1:30 was the last time I remember looking at the clock. Next thing I know, I was out.
Yeah, I was one of the live streams you were doing at the first. You were really, it was talk, and then towards the end of Jess, you could see you were getting tired because you were just like, you were starting to curl up. You had a blankie on and everything, and I'm like, oh, I just get tired.
Well, that's the thing. Like, most people, don't realize I've got those discs blown in my back, and it, like, my spinal cord pushes on it. So, like, the longer I sit up in a sitting position, I just like fall out. I get tireder and tireder. You can just watch it, like you said.
I think it was about 15 years ago I started having back issues, and it just kept on happening all the time. And, when I was a little bit younger, I'd go years without something happening, and then they could never figure it out because I'd just lay in bed for a couple of days because I wasn't able to move and then get up. But then it started happening more frequently as I got a little bit older, and I was taken to hospital in an ambulance a few times, and all they'd do is give me painkillers and send me home. They wouldn't do anything. And then they'd say, "I'll come back or go see your doctor." But by the time I got back to my doctor, it was not bad. And then I did it really, really badly. And all I did was step up a step that was like about an inch, and I screamed, and Stephen was there, and I thought, oh God. And we went to the hospital. We did a few scans, and I'd herniated my lower disc, and they basically discovered that I'd been doing that consistently for the last 15 years. So that was in I think November I did that, and then in January I did it again. So this was about 4 years ago. And I lost the ability to feel my legs. And they did an MRI, and I hadn't ruptured the disc. It had split in half. Oh. and part of the disc was actually my spinal column went like that, and so I basically cut off all feeling to my legs. I could walk. I just started dragging my feet, and I couldn't
tingling. And,
couldn't feel stuff, and that's when I had to give up doing my cakes and everything because I just couldn't stand. And then they decided that they'd do surgery, and fortunately, I was a private patient, so I didn't have to wait. And
we did our research, and we found the best spinal surgeon in Melbourne, and made sure that we went to him, and he was absolutely fantastic. So he did an awesome job.
Yeah, so I had surgery, and I was pretty much up walking the next day. I was supposed to be in hospital for a month, and after
7 days, I think.
8 days, on the 8th day, they let me go. So
did they cut the discs away, or what did they do?
Yeah, yep. So they cut the bit that was basically it's microdisectomy and that sort of thing, and they cut the bit that was severing the disc and basically tried to reform it to see if it would actually.
The two vertebrae, they get shaved off as well, so they clear that up.
That's exactly what they did to mine in 2017, but I'm still re-injuring it. So
same.
Yeah, you've still got to be careful.
Yeah, the next step would be to have it fused.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that. And look, I'm on a bit of a journey at the moment to lose a little bit of weight. I've got another issue that causes weight gain, but we won't go into that one. So I'm hoping that might help a little bit. But there's sometimes when I wake up or, I've been sitting down and I can't move.
Yeah.
So,
and I want to say too, like you said that I'm an inspiration for you and Steve and everything. But honestly, like, I'm going to try not to get emotional, but YouTube has like really saved my life, because before YouTube, I laid in bed every day for months. And watching people like Darren and you guys coming on and supporting my channel and everybody else that's out there, you're the ones that get me motivation to get out of bed and get on here. And that's the only thing that's really keeping me going. So
yeah, and that's the power of this medium, is that, like, I didn't know you until a couple of weeks ago, but it's and Darren, I mean, God, what a man he is.
I know, right? I was watching his video on his keychain and making them keychains, and I'm like, that's just so awesome. Why can't I do stuff like that?
I know. He's just
talented.
He sucks.
But
You can do it.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy.
But here's the other thing too. Like, we're Australians and Americans and Canadians, and all of that's second. First, we're people. We belong to a planetary family, and we should all have each other's back, regardless of your religion, your skin color, where you live, where you come from, what you eat. We're all humans, and we should always remember that. And we've got your back because we're part of your family too.
And that's one of the reasons that we don't talk politics or religion, and we're not going to go into what we think, but it's because you'll inevitably alienate someone if you do that. And we're not here to force our opinions onto people. We're here to, share our lives and our knowledge and, share it with people not from Australia, and share it with people from Australia. So, but I mean, Nettie and Adam from Silhouette Park, they've been fantastic. And Darren, like, one of the first times I spoke to Darren, he found out about our camera and that we smashed it, and he offered to help. And I mean, Darren doesn't know us, so he knows us now. He obviously, because he gives us
he knows me well enough to give me a hard time.
Yeah. So we only got people we love. So yeah.
If you want to tell people that you play D&D online, you expect some feedback.
I tried to keep it quiet, and it just came out there.
No, it was actually Julianne who told everyone that you were doing it.
Yeah.
Microfarmer says in the chat, "Well, Jess, they didn't adopt you. yet. Laugh out loud. Let me tell you what, me and Julianne are sisters. So,
I don't call her Jess. I call her my sister. We said we'd adopt you, but I actually adopted Jess. So.
our bladders run on the same time. Our stomachs run on the same time. We even have the same back issues.
Just Jacko's, my late father had a 42.
Well, I can't wait to get Micro out here one day, and he's going to have Vegemite toast for breakfast, and we're going to have an Aussie barbecue for lunch, and I'll do chocky ripple cake for dessert for tea, and I'll load him up with every Australian delight that I can.
My husband told me earlier we were watching your live together in the bedroom, and he said, tell them to get the steaks in the freezer and get ready for us.
All right.
Anytime.
I said, you're going to be eating kangaroo, not steaks.
We've got a lot of rabbits running around, but Darren's going to come up and to help us get rid of those. So,
I have to
We'll
mess
have to
with
help
him.
you.
He doesn't watch the YouTube like I do, so he doesn't know what's going on most of the time.
And that's the thing.
Hey.
Unless you are in the YouTube community, you don't understand what the community is all about.
Right.
Yeah, it's once you get in it and that you're joining people talking on lives and, the Facebook groups and that sort of thing, that you truly understand what it's about and how supportive it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, MB Heritage. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Don't apologise for being late. I don't know how long we've been talking. Oh, my God, an hour and a quarter.
Yeah.
Wow, we talk a lot.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I know. But, yeah, and as Darren said, look, you only live, an hour and 30 minutes from us. And until now, we didn't know you existed. So
we do have one problem with Micro though. He's just reminded me he is a Patriots fan. Now
that's politics.
No, that's football. Now we have very strong quarantine laws, and we try to keep noxious pests out. So they might stop Patriot fans from coming in. I'm not sure, but
so rude.
No, sweetie, Julianne, you just had a great idea. I think I'm going to start doing that on my live. Anytime anybody talks about football nope, that's politics.
Politics, yeah.
Well, look, if he wears a Dolphins cap, he can come in. Let's do that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Josh, look, the perfect example for you is how the community is coming together to help you with your vehicle. So, we keep on putting that out there as much as possible and sharing that GoFundMe link and everything. So, yeah.
For people that don't know or are listening at the moment, Josh is a fantastic guy over in Western Australia, and his vehicle, he's in very much out in the outback and quite isolated, and his vehicle died on him the other day. So he has a GoFundMe page trying to raise some money to get his either a new vehicle or his vehicle repaired. I think it's actually got to be a new vehicle. So, if you can find the page, give him some love because he deserves a bit of support. He's come a long way. He's had an interesting journey, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah. Yep. And Jacko, look, I'm sorry to hear about your father too. So that's horrible. So, Australia is called the lucky country on occasions, and we certainly are at the moment because we've had no community transmissions of COVID for I think it's 17 days now. So the only ones we've got are international travellers, all those stupid tennis players coming over with COVID. So anyway, but that's we don't
politics.
talk about that. Yeah, that's politics. So
Silhouette Park's got the link to the GoFundMe. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I'm just looking. It's a great community. It really is, and you'll still find the odd occasional person that's in the YouTube community that thinks that they're bigger than than everybody else, and you're going to get that everywhere. And but I think the ones that we've found, like Jess, I think when we met you, you were just shy of 500, I think, and we were like 32 subscribers, and you put it out there and helped and everything like that. And it's really good because you can get onto other people's lives, and you can mention yourselves and Stephen's, when he's on, he's a mod for a couple of people, and as soon as someone comes on, he smashes out their link and everything. It's a competition between Darren and Stephen now, but Darren, he's got a
he's got a hot plate. Yeah, I know.
He's got it sitting right here. But I did quiz him. I'm like, okay, you've got all the links to their YouTube channels. Now let's see if you know their actual names. So,
I'm not as good with names as Julianne is.
Yeah, so
names.
Yeah. But even like Sean from North Shore, and for those of you that don't know, we got raided before. It was a bit emotional. And like that's awesome. They're not there. We're not in it for ourselves.
Right. And that's what I was going to say. When you guys are on my page and stuff, when we first met, you were those small numbers. And if you follow me, if you watch me, most of the people I have come on my panel are really small channels. Their numbers are really low. And that's what gives me like gratification, because I remember being there. I'm still a small channel, but when I was only in my 20s and 30s and stuff, I was like, man, I wish I had people out there shouting me out. So now that I'm into the bigger numbers, just shouting you and Bomber Steve out and, everybody else I'm associated with, that makes me feel good. I don't do that, I'm doing that to build your channel to help you get out there.
And I tell you what, Darren, this Shed Wars thing, as you all know, I've had 19 houses, and my garden has always been the last thing that's been developed when we do these houses. So I've put a lot of work into gardens and never, ever got to see what it turned out like, because I'd plant it just at the end, just before we put it for sale, and then it'd sell. And, we did one a couple of months ago and it got sold, and Stephen went past the garden and he said, oh, it looks fantastic. And I'm like, this Shed Wars thing's been fantastic for me, because I was putting off doing anything until we got out to the farm, and then this coming along, and I'm like, screw it. I've got pots, I've got soil, I've been collecting a bazillion seeds. So and then Stephen's been collecting a
bazillion.
A gazillion seeds. So
just pumpkin.
Yeah. It was just
pumpkin.
crazy. But I didn't realize he bought these pots, and I said, I'll go plant some of your pumpkin seeds. And then they started coming up, and I said, well, how many did you plant? And he said, all of them. And there was a container full of about this big, and I'm just like, oh God. And they just kept on coming up and up and up. And it was like a day at the Triffids. I thought they were going to, I don't know if anyone knows that book, but the plants take over the world.
Darren, though, it's true what you said, though. Like, things like Shed Wars and the homesteading, like the groups that we have on YouTube, when you get groups of people that have a shared passion or a shared interest together, you discover a couple of things. Like it's the things that are different about us is what makes us unique, but the things that we share is what connects us together. And when you get together, you find that there's more things that connect us than actually make us not connected. So it's great to get together with people that have a shared understanding and a shared passion, and you know that you're not on your own, and you've got people that say, oh crap, if I don't know how to do that, I can go to Darren, I can ask John over in America, because even though it's on the other side of the world, there are shared understandings and shared issues. And
I don't know that many people had asked John anything.
Well, he's a Bills fan too, so
Politics.
No, football.
I need a beep button. It's just like beep, so I can just beep out sports. I like sports. And Josh, you can never have too many seeds. I just went out and collected some calendula seeds from my flowers, and there's going to be a lot of them.
You can never have too many chili plants either.
You can have too many chili plants.
You cannot have too many. There's no such thing as too many chili plants.
I don't know if you've noticed in some of my videos, I take the mickey out of Stephen by go, when we do the tour, I go, oh, there's a chili plant and another chili plant and another chili plant and another one. Mm-hmm. And then I send him down to get some lettuce and he comes home with chili plants.
Well, I didn't have any cayenne pepper.
I'm like, well, where's my lettuce? Oh,
They
I
didn't,
got your rocket or arugula.
they didn't
So
have any.
They didn't have any. So, yeah, come home with rocket. And I'm like, wow. So, yeah, never send him anywhere. That's why I went shopping by myself yesterday because I don't know what I'd come home with. So, just like going to the supermarket when he goes, I'm just going to the supermarket to buy milk and bread, and he comes home with like 3 things of food.
That's a male thing.
Is it?
It is. My husband does the same thing. I can go to the grocery store every single month and get the same thing. If he comes, everything gets piled in, ice cream and cookies, and I'm like, seriously?
Yeah, it is. Must be.
No.
I don't know. Darren, you're here. Defend your.
No,
It's only me here. I buy what I need.
Yeah,
yeah, I only buy what I need.
yeah. Or he'll go and he'll say, I'm going down to buy milk and bread. And he'll come back and I say, well, where's the milk and bread? Oh, Neil forgot something. Yeah.
I have done that before.
Yeah.
If I go to a hardware store, that's a different story.
I'm
I'm a bit like that too.
I've joined a group called Toolsaholic. I've got this thing about tools. When I was a kid, all I wanted for Christmas was tools. And I grew up with my dad. He's a mechanic and does everything and knows everything and can fix anything. And I've got more nail guns than most builders do. I just love tools. So yeah. What are you trying to?
No.
Never too many taters. I really want. I want to plant potatoes. So I'll push myself to carry.
And that's the good thing about this community too, because like I've said, I don't know if I've told you guys, but I've grown in my land. I have 5 acres, and I've grown for 10 years. But I've never like got into the nitty gritty of why or how. Mine was just survival. Throw the seed in the ground, grow it. If it produced, I canned it. If it didn't, whatever. So like kind of joining in Shed Wars or putting the entry video into Shed Wars, that gives me like a push to actually try and to make my harvest way better. And just like watching your videos and watching Darren's videos, and I don't know, there's so many people I watch. I'm like learning so much stuff that, well, maybe not just throwing the seed in the ground is the best way.
Jess from Roots and Refuge is doing a course on gardening for beginners, basically, to help you understand why it does what it does. And she's also bringing out a book on it.
That's a paid course. Oops, sorry.
No, go, Jess.
That's a paid course right now, though, right?
Yeah, that's a paid course. She's also coming out with a book. When the book comes out, I think it's going to be available on Kindle. If you've got Kindle Unlimited, you can read it on there.
Yeah.
She's calls herself a bit of a rebel, and I did something the other day that she's done on occasion, and she says, if people say it can't be done, she'll do it and prove it to herself if it can or can't be done. And I found I had a book of seeds that has been lost for 10 years, and I didn't know where it was because we've moved so many times. And Stephen found it the other day, and I found some seeds in there, and they were sunflower seeds, and it said best before 2007. I planted them. I'm going to see if they come up. If they come up, they come up. If they don't, they don't. So I don't care. So just have a go and see if it works. If it works, that's fine. If it doesn't, I'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people who say, your seeds are only good for a year or 2 years, have they never cultivated some soil and had the weeds come up that haven't been there for 10 years?
That's right. My grandfather used to grow tomatoes on the outside of Bendigo for a long time, and Dad actually found an old jar in the shed when he was cleaning up a number of years ago, and they were tomato seeds from the 1950s. And he planted them, and he got probably 20-25% of them actually sprouted and grew, and he got these magnificent heirloom tomatoes that he remembers when he was a kid out on the farm. So they don't all die.
Yeah, and there would be no need for having seed banks of, why would you have seed banks if why would you have them if they didn't work? So,
I don't know what I've missed, but Nettie from Silhouette Park, your lives are amazing and always have been. So,
And Nettie's talking about the quality of their video and that sort of thing. I mean, a lot of us Australians got together on their lies.
That's right.
They're a big part of what brought us together as a community.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh and Jandera, that's exactly right. But, there's sometimes, Nettie, when your quality's been where poor Adam got upset because no one noticed he'd shaved, but you couldn't actually see. He was so pixelated, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. We couldn't say. We don't care.
No.
We can hear you.
No, that's right.
So we can see you. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, well, ignore that comment, Nettie, because, it's what you present in the content and the fact that we all love you. So, what's the Aussie spirit? If something isn't quite right, well, you tie it up with a bit of hay band and you stick it together with this and you make do, So, and you guys have, if you've tied it together with a bit of hay band and it's not 100%, who gives up? All right.
Jess from Roots and Refuge the other day, she posted a comment on one of the Facebook pages where someone had made a comment. She's got, I don't know, Darren, almost 500,000 subscribers.
Oh, she's got a lot.
Yeah, someone made a comment on her video the other day. Why do you think that you're so interesting that someone would want to watch your life? And her comment back was, thank you for watching. So basically, well, you watched it. And she's not pretentious, and her videos are the same all the time, and it's her family. She's sharing her family life. And I'm just like, some people just, like, if you don't want to watch it, move on.
Right.
So,
that's it.
Yeah.
I've got no issue with someone making a negative comment because they've watched the video.
Yeah.
Exactly. They've got to have watched it. It was crap. So.
And they've commented on it as well. So for me, that's an interaction with YouTube. Awesome. Thanks.
And I was following Sherry's steps over at Two Family Homestead. I've watched them for a really long time, and she gets a lot of negative Nancy's or whatever you want to call them, and she so gracefully deals with them. And she does the same thing. She'll say thank you or whatever, But
I'm not negative.
Wasn't talking about you. It's not about you, Darren.
I don't know if anyone watched their live the other day, but is it Smudge? Or Daryl, Smudge? Did anyone see him answer the phone to that telephone scammer? I was wetting myself laughing. It was, for those of you who don't know, he was on a live. And he got rung up by a telemarketer trying to get him to switch his off-grid.
He was from Ohio.
Oh, he was Ohio. He had an Indian accent. He was trying to get him to switch his energy over to them, only they're off-grid. And he strung them along for so long and then told him that he was live. And obviously the person who was ringing went onto his live and said, oh, what are you wearing? And he said what it was, and they hung up on him. So he
that was like the best part of the whole conversation. What are you wearing?
What are you wearing? It's like, what are you wearing? But that was hilarious.
That was a classic.
I love that. Stephen wasn't here. He was at work, and I replayed it for him. And Stephen was like watching it on the couch on the TV, and he almost himself laughing. So yeah.
Which one was that? Was that the Help Your Channel Grow one?
Yeah. They reviewed us.
Yeah, he jumped onto our channel and had a look. He offers some great advice.
Yeah. So it was really, really good. But he was just getting into one, and they rung, and he said, and they were waiting for a phone call. Otherwise, he wouldn't have answered it. But it was a phone call that they weren't expecting. So, but yeah, look, Sherry, they're awesome. They what they do they go on and check out your site and give a bit of a shout out. And
Adam was falling off the couch at the telemarketer.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
It was a crack up.
123 Main Street, Lexington, and yeah. Can you tell me what your bill is? Oh, the bill got wet. It was
So they got the ultimate in negative activity. They had someone report them to YouTube for having too high a subscriber number.
Yeah.
And YouTube shut down their monetization.
No, why? What? So they don't get anything for their
Brought it up, Darren. You can explain it.
yeah.
Yeah, someone reported them saying that they're doing sub for sub because they've got the Facebook group. A lot of people sub to them, so they're saying they're doing sub for sub, which is a big no-no for YouTube.
Sub for sub or paying for subs.
Either's a big no-no.
Yeah.
So YouTube put them under investigation and shut down all the monetization. Their channel membership was shut down. Their Patreon was shut down. Everything.
That's so unfair.
So I turned around when they were saying about that and ordered a couple of mugs and an apron.
Wow, they just put in so much effort, and that Facebook group. I mean, Cherry does a lot of work on that. So she actually shouts out every new member. And
So did they get that sorted, or do they have to rebuild?
Yeah, they're finally sorted. That was sorted yesterday.
Oh, they did get it sorted?
Yeah, they got it sorted yesterday.
Yeah. Yes, look, Sherry's awesome. You had her on your chat last time, Jess. She's awesome. I really enjoy.
And
Yeah,
she's
they
only,
were
sorry, Darren, go ahead.
You're right.
She's only 45 minutes away from me. So
Yeah. She's just so helpful. Her and I are going to do a collaboration on a T-shirt, Seed Hoarders Anonymous. So, yeah, we're going to try and figure out some artwork. I don't know if anyone does drawings or artwork or is creative. Darren, I don't know if you're good at it, but I suck at drawing. So,
no, technical only.
There for you, Darren.
They are going to ship to me. I've got a mug coming to me. The mug and apron are going over to America, so that's not going to be much. And she's not sure on the price of shipping to Australia.
Yeah, depends what they're sending. Sometimes the postage isn't too bad, but if it starts getting bulky, it can be pretty prohibitive.
yeah, Micro, they are good people. So, I mean, I've met some YouTube people and jumped into one of them was we did the room raid. Jean, the Simple Life, the lady from the Philippines.
yeah,
I still chat to her. I joined her lives. Oh my God, I just love her. I just want to smooch her. She's just so sweet and everything like that. And then you get ones where, they don't even bother acknowledging the breed.
Yes, there is your person for drawing, Michael.
Who?
Michael at MB.
Yes, we can. I've seen some of yours. Would you mind helping us out with that one, please? Pretty. I'm waiting for his answer. I'm just going to stop talking until he.
Oh, that's one that's got the Native American Indian.
Yeah, and you did
Picture up
the
the back.
teddy bear. Was it a teddy bear?
No, the Native American Indians at Pete's, but MB done it.
Oh, right, yeah.
No,
yeah.
but he did the teddy bear, right? You drew it. That
Yes,
little
he done the teddy bear for Southern Woodworking. His name is now.
I don't know.
I've never seen that one.
Oh, really? I jumped
There?
live, I think. Yeah. MB Heritage, if you don't mind, I'll get in touch with you about it. So it's just, I don't know, something gardening. Something to do with seeds.
He also done a design for Shed Wars, which didn't get taken. So,
Oh, really? Yeah. No, I love that. So I've seen some of that artwork. Got a memory like a
sure. Done deal.
Mwah, love you. That's
see, Michael, I do watch your content, mate. I don't always comment, but I watch.
yeah. How MB? I'm sorry because I'm just like. Did you have the one about the chickens, incubating the chickens with the Listerine and apple cider vinegar, or was it vinegar? I'll get your email. But yeah, something about incubating chickens and increasing, because just over here we've got eggs incubating. We lost our last lot because we had prematures born. Yes, Listerine. It was awesome. I watched that. I don't what. When's your next one coming out? Because I want to see the next one. So yeah, we had a whole heap of premature ones. And Jess, you were saying the other day about the insides on the outside. That's what happened to this little one. It was born 3 days before it was supposed to, and its yolk hadn't detached, and so its yolk sac was on its outside. We tried everything we could, and
it got infected.
I need to watch the Listerine video because the quail eggs should be hatching here in a few days, and like next week or something. And then I'm gonna be putting eggs into chicken eggs.
Yeah, well, that one was great. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I mean, because that one hatched, we had 20 eggs and they were all fertile, and that one hatched, and we had to take it out. And in all the confusion, I forgot to refill up the water in the bottom of our incubator, and 3 days later, they were as dry as So we lost everything. So we're trying again.
Yep.
So, because our girls are getting a little bit old, so yeah. But MB, I'm looking forward to the next video. I love that one. So yeah, that was a good handy hint. If those of you who haven't watched it, MB Heritage Farm, Stephen will put up the link. No, he won't, because he's hopeless. One of our mods can. Who are our mods? The two people who are on the screen.
Yeah, the two people in chat.
Yeah, that was great on how to prepare your eggs for incubation, and it's something that I never even thought about. I mean, I collected them, but never did that. So yeah. What are you, Stephen's playing? What are you doing? Hang on.
Darren, what are chooks?
Which video are you after? The best eggs for incubation?
I believe so. The latest one, I think.
Well,
that
there's
is
a short after that.
No, the best eggs for incubation. I think MB, you'll be able to tell us if that's right. Oh my God, I'm trying to get.
What are chooks? Chooks. What are they?
Chicken.
Chickens.
Oh.
Chook.
I guess that makes sense after you said chook.
It won't go over. It won't go over. Oh, there you go. Sorry, we're playing with screens at the moment. Chooks lay bum nuts.
Hackleberries.
Bum nuts. That's what we call eggs.
What was I calling them? Butt nuggets.
Oh, sorry, down under, Bibby, I forgot, but I made you a mod. My brain's not functioning at the moment, so
I was calling all summer long. I was calling them butt nuggets last year.
Butt nuggets.
And then my piglets were bacon seeds.
Hey, Homestead Odds. Sorry if I actually missed you coming in. So
they were in earlier in the room raid. See, I was watching.
Down on Boddington Farm. What am I, chopped liver?
Yeah, I said I forgot I did 3 mods and I forgot. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we can't see who's the mod on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, in StreamYard you can't see the mod. You
can't see who's a tool.
You can't see that Darren's a spanner.
You can tell that Steve's a tool, though.
Everyone notices that within about 2 minutes, mate.
254 Nature High. I'm just looking now. We've got it back on the screen over there. So
Silhouette Pork Farm says they have to process their pigs soon. Are you doing it yourself or having them taken somewhere?
Adam's a butcher by trade.
Is he? I didn't realize that. That's awesome.
So I doubt very much he's shipping them out for something that he can do.
Well, I want to see videos on that because the last pig I tried to butcher, I hacked.
I don't think he's doing that.
No?
Because there's plenty of stuff out there and it's something that they don't really want to
There's
Put out.
there is a guy, Jess, that I watched, and
Scott
he-
Reed Project.
Yeah, I do watch Scott Reed, but
No, I can't remember. The one that had the
I
catapult.
No,
I
that's-
cut my pork chops. I don't know what I did because my pork chops didn't have any meat on the bone. You
need a good knife.
I guess maybe I was watching Scott Reed's video while I was doing that butcher too. That's a bad thing.
I know a
There's-
guy.
There's a guy, Homesteady, I think he's called, that I watched. I watched the one from the Holler Homestead, and they had a big catapult thing that they used to scorch the
For the
pigs.
scalding.
Yeah, which was really, really good. And then the guy from Homesteady, he butchered one of his pigs, and when I say butchered, he butchered it, like he wrecked it. Oh, that was actually one of his cows. He butchered his own cow and absolutely wrecked it. So then he got in a professional to show him how he did it, and he's put that up recently. So and got absolutely canned for it. The people went to town because his thumbnail was him holding a pig's severed head. So yeah, he got a lot of.
The butchering part isn't the hard part for me. I can butcher out any animal. It's the actual cutting the meats.
Yeah, he shows how to do that. Yeah.
I literally had the first time I'd done a lamb, I had Scott Reed playing. I'd play a bit, pause, do the cuts. Play a bit, pause, do the cuts. And that's how I learned the butcher.
That's what I was trying to do, but I done something wrong. But then again, I was working with a 600-pound hog. He was working with a hog that was like this big.
I think there was a video Justin Rose did about him, and he's got a book sitting beside him, and he goes, "Okay, I've got to do this, and it's a book made in America." But yeah, he was referring to the book as he was doing it.
Well, see, American cuts are different to English style cuts too.
Yep.
So,
well, there's an abattoir just south of us down in Kyneton, and you can send your animals down there, and they'll butcher them up and package them, and then send them back.
For our first time, we'll probably do that because we've got 400 kilo steers. So, thank you, MB Heritage.
Yeah, when I've been butchering, I started hunting when I was 14. So I've been butchering out deer and everything, chickens and turkeys and stuff like that, small stuff, Well, I've done moose too. But when it came to the pig, I'm like, oh, it can't be that different. Yeah, right. That was horrible. and then me and my husband talked about butchering our own steer calf, and I'm like, after that pig, nope, I ain't doing it. There's no way.
I'm going to have to check out Jacko's allotment and 254 Nature Growers.
254, you should already be checked out on.
I know. I've got so much that I'm like subscribed to, and a lot of them I subscribe to under my own personal name. So, but
that's Julie from the team.
Oh, it is too. Yep. Sorry.
Oh, Darren, I was in a stream the other day, and the guy from South Africa in Team Down Under was on the stream. He seems like a really nice guy. Yeah, really nice guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Has a really good worldly view of things.
Yeah, I've spent a fair bit of time talking to him on Skype.
Yep.
And yeah, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
It's good that we've got a couple of people who aren't down in Australia in the drought zone, so because we're struggling to keep anything alive at the moment. So so it's good.
Apart from pumpkins,
you should see them now. They've grown so much. Like I've grown pumpkins before, like oh god, I can't remember, probably 20 years ago, and I forgot that they like go from this to that in a matter of days. So yeah, best team.
I just came in. Hello.
Hi, Laurie. Yeah. Have you got your team yet, Jess?
They haven't done the draft yet.
Is that start of Feb or?
Why are you laughing, Darren? Is they already pick and I don't know about it?
No. I'm laughing at that whole draft thing, and that's going to be ridiculous.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm just moving.
And there's like 100 teams.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's going to be bigger than the NFL draft. Like, it'll be. Are they telecasting it?
Yeah, evidently it's going to go over a couple of days.
Oh, the draft is?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh my God, it is
How are
like
we supposed to watch for a couple of days?
it's like the bloody presidential election camp. So
Jacko's allotment. I'll fall out.
Luke's pumpkin yet, baby. So yeah, no, Jess is out if she's on John's. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, evidently, if you get disqualified,
what'd you say, Darren?
evidently, if you get disqualified, you go to Team Blue Grey.
Well, I don't deal with oyster boys.
John's actually a really nice person. He just
is.
doesn't want everyone to know that.
He is. He is nice. I just don't want to get on his bad side.
I'm just looking at Laura's comment. She's in a
People
wait.
that
Why did blanket test now? It's like 105 degrees here. So no.
the people who appear to be on John's side are the people John likes the most. Yeah, Beheads Outdoors is a great friend of his. Someone he talks to on the phone all the time, but he'll get on a live and he'll absolutely hammer the guy.
And that's so funny too, because you can tell he likes beheads too, but he's like, oh.
Yeah. Yes, Tin Can Gardner is on our team, Homer.
Yes.
Jacko went to Team Southern Cross. We've got Larry's allotment.
I have a question. So Tin Can Gardeners
Terry.
on your guys' team down there too, right, Darren?
Yes.
So does he participate in both? Or just
Yes. He participates in both.
Oh, okay.
So once your season kicks off, then anyone from the north who's playing in the south swaps back over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Lynn. My bad. Someone else was talking about Larry King the other day, and it had me confused in my head. That happens a lot.
Which one's the one from who's in London? Who's on our team?
That is Terry King's allotment.
Yeah, cool.
That's a Courtney's crush.
Yes, that's Courtney's crush.
She's funny.
She is. She killed.
That pajama when you did the pajama thing you did the other night with
Pajama
Voon.
Llama Party.
The pajama llama party. That's what I call it now. The pajama llama party. That was
That was just a pile on and beat up Jules thing, wasn't it?
that was just like poor Jules had to come on and defend himself. That started at this level and just like went downhill. So
And it was so funny because it wasn't even supposed to go that way. I don't even know. All I said was I had a turkey named Jules and it passed away. Jules took it as I killed the turkey, turned it into got killed, and then somehow it's a cross-dresser turkey. Oh, it went crazy.
yeah, yeah, and then everyone just started snorting when they laughed. So,
It was funny because I went into Walmart the other day and I was looking at pajamas and there's a llama on one of the pajamas.
oh my God.
And my husband's like, don't you dare.
But you didn't see the pajama llama party. That was a couple of weeks ago when Darren said it was a pajama because Courtney had pajama Rama and he kept on saying pajama llama. So now it's just she's a pajama llama. So yeah. Sorry. It was funny, Laurie. I was snorting away myself. I'm just like, wow, when everyone lost it. And Voon, when she froze, that was the most perfect freeze that she had. It was like,
yeah,
no one freezes like that.
Right.
So,
I freeze in my face.
Normally you freeze with a stupid look on your face.
yeah, but she froze with a great big.
She was so graceful.
Yeah.
Michael Farmer says, Jess, that's where you're going. On John's team. That's all right. At least I won't have to compete against him. Right?
Just make sure you have a colon in your video description.
Don't forget your colon.
Yes.
Otherwise,
No semicolon.
you'll get a
No
colonoscopy from you'll have a colonoscopy from yeah.
Oh, that was a horror day when you put up that intro video.
Oh, I know. And I'm like, what am I missing? And I had a dash instead of a colon. And I'm like,
I
oh my
looked at
God.
it and we're talking about the tags and that sort of thing. You got those all fixed up. And then he comes on after that and goes, if you put your title right, and it's like, what?
And I was here with Stephen. I'm like, am I missing something? I've got all the hashtags. I've got everything. What am I missing here? And then I was in the car and Darren rings me. He goes, you've got to put a colon in. I'm like, I know where you can shove your colon. So,
Up your colon?
yeah. And then the other day when I posted it and Darren couldn't see my tags, I'm like, I started getting
I don't know.
and I don't know. But
I don't know
yeah.
what's going on there. My computer's having trouble seeing your channel.
yeah, it hates me. So it can't see any of my tags. And he said, oh, don't forget your tags. I'm like, I have put tags everywhere. I put it in the description. I put it in the title. I put it in the tags bit down the bottom. I'm like, what do you people want from me?
We have got more tags than a Western Australian cattle farm. Like there's
Yeah.
tags everywhere.
Yeah, I went to town the other day, Darren, after you said you used the 500 tag limit.
Yeah.
I went to town the other day. I just added every word I knew in the English dictionary. So it might not be appropriate, but yeah. So
Have you got, now I know Nettie was talking about it the other day. Have you got TubeBuddy?
Mm-hmm.
Use
Yep.
TubeBuddy.
Yeah. It was really, I put it on my phone, I think, the other day. So I'm just checking it out while I'm just making sure.
I actually paid for my TubeBuddy so I could get more recommendations. And yeah, I'll go in and search the names. So every name that I've got's got an actual thing. That's
on my phone. Yeah. The only thing I find out with that one is that it's a little bit delayed on occasion. YouTube Studio is delayed. The TubeBuddy's good. So
yeah, but I'll go in and investigate like all of my titles. I'll go in and go, okay, I'm thinking about doing a feeding chickens one. And I'll go through and look for feeding chickens and search it up and see which one gets the best search.
yeah. Well, I only installed that the other day. So yeah. It's a really good resource.
Hey, Sue.
Hey, Sue. And I started using Canva to do all the thumbnails and everything, and I'm gradually updating all our thumbnails because they were really boring. So, yeah, that was one thing I learned from Sherry and Smudge as well, so which is really good. And something about Rick from Lala, he had his tech talk the other day, and I picked up a few hints from them and everything. So,
Jacko wants to know what TubeBuddy is.
Go on, you're live.
No, go ahead, Darren. You've used it more than I have, but I've got it on my phone and I've also got it on my laptop, which we're not on. So,
TubeBuddy is an application that you can have running on board with YouTube running. So if I'm looking at YouTube on the computer, when I go onto someone's video, I get to see what their tags are. If I'm looking at their channel, I get to see how many subscribers they've got, how much their subscribers have moved, what their views have moved. That's one side of it. The other side is when you're editing your videos, you can go in there and it'll tell you what is the best tags for your video and how to tag your video best, how to title your video best. And it really, really helps out because the more you can get people looking at your video through searches, if your videos, like a lot of mine are how-tos, so I want to have it so people can search it and it's evergreen content. If someone wants to look in 5 years' time for how to forge a leaf, they can find it. So I've got to have the search so it'll bring it up. and it really helps with that.
Oh, what's Jess eating?
Yes, it can be used on an iPad.
Is that dried tomato?
Pepperoni.
Ah.
Sorry, Aaron.
All right.
Jacko, I've got it on my Android phone. I don't know if it works on an iPad. Darren, you might. I don't know.
Yep.
Bye. I was about to say his real name. Bye, Micro.
Good to have you here, Micro.
Night,
Over,
buddy.
Homer.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, just getting someone in.
Take care of yourself, Micro. Stay safe.
Oh God, too many.
Go get those rats,
Bye,
mate.
buddy.
Catch that coyote.
Woohoo!
Hey.
Take care of yourself, Micro.
Oh God.
Go get those rats, mate.
Catch that coyote.
You hear me?
Take care of yourself, Micro. Go get those rats, mate.
I think
I think MB.
yeah, someone's got YouTube on. Is that better?
Yeah, is that better? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. It was my fault.
Oh, those dulcet
We know.
tones.
Thank you, Darren.
I love listening to your voices.
Hey, Jess, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Jess, you need to get the pepperoni. You need to wrap it around a jalapeno and then dip it in some Tabasco sauce just to give it a real kick.
That is really good. You know what else is really good?
Yeah.
You get a jalapeno, cut the vein out and get the seeds out, and put cream cheese in there. And I put everything bagel seasoning on it and then stack it with pepperoni.
Sounds good.
Jalapeno poppers.
Uh-huh.
There we go. That's Michael's artwork in there behind him.
Yeah. Looks awesome.
Trying to get rid of this.
I used to have a bunch in here, but I deleted them.
Get rid of it.
Huh?
Show one and then hide it straight away.
Sorry, technical difficulties. I'm trying to get rid of a comment. So keep talking
Oh, yeah.
amongst yourselves. There you go. Ah, there we go. Sorry.
I thought you were trying to get rid of a comment in chat. I thought, hang on,
Yeah.
Jess slipping up on the job.
No, just that one that was on the screen.
Okay,
couldn't
I thought
see your
Jess was slipping up on
faces.
being a mod.
So, Emmy, what time is it there?
I'm sorry?
What time is it there?
It is 12:02. 12:02 a.m.
It feels really weird. I'm usually the one that's saying, "Oh, it's midnight."
It is.
How was your day today, MB?
Busy, really busy.
Good.
We had to do a private live for some crypto stuff, and we had like family show up 15 minutes before the live. It was crazy. It's busy, crazy all day. How y'all doing?
Hot.
Good, mate.
Hey, Sue,
You are
I didn't
hot.
see you in here. You're Sue Gann. I didn't see you. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm trying to read some of the comments. I'm trying to catch up, but I've missed a few. Yeah, it's Darren, I don't know what it's going to be like for you tomorrow, but it's going to be like living on the sun tomorrow here. So,
Yeah, we're not as bad as you.
no. And we get a
That's why,
dry heat.
that's why I rarely go visit my uncle in summer.
Where's he?
Just near you.
Oh, okay.
He's in other side of Wedderburn.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you get a little bit of a sea breeze down where you are. We just get the inland, like Northern Territory, Western Australia heat. So, yeah.
Cools down over the little desert and comes out our way.
Yeah.
Mm.
5:02 and England are doing okay in the cricket. Cricket. Just cricket. You know, the little thing they hit with a bat and run between the wickets. And
The only cricket I know are the ones that make that noise.
Yeah, chirpy black insect.
Yeah.
yeah, Larry. We have a dry northerly wind off the land
Yeah.
today. Not pleasant at all.
It's amazing, depending which way the wind comes from, as to the effect it can have. Like we get a southern wind here, and it comes up from Melbourne. And it's nice and it's cooler. Yeah, it's a nice relief. If it comes from the west and comes over the dry inland area, it brings a lot of heat with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Jacko's got YouTube buddy working.
Cool.
Flannelled fool standing in the sun. Is that what you're doing at the moment, Bibi? In the sun?
No, she's talking about cricket.
Oh, yes. Yeah, look, I don't understand Test cricket. I don't understand how you can stand out in the middle of a field for 5 days and not have a result. Like, no one wins. No one loses. No one wins. I don't get Test cricket. The ultimate aim of a sporting event is to have a winner and a loser.
Yep.
I don't get it.
Well, you just convinced me to never even want to watch it. Even
Yes.
more.
There's a thing called 2020, which is really quite exciting to watch. It's over really, really quickly. But the Test cricket, 5 days.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope, my attention span doesn't last that long.
That is either.
Finally got a couple of cool days. You need some cool days. That's some crazy heat up here. Like our records, like I think 109 was like a big time record. You don't get that hot here at all.
We I think we get up to around the 114, 115.
That's true. That's where we max out.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
about 45 degrees, 45, 46 for everyone else. So
We have a lot of days you can put like a paint can out in the sun and go back half an hour later and cook an egg on it, no problems.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, we don't get the extreme cold either. So
No.
I don't think I could do the cold. So
Yeah, that's it. 18 feet of snow doesn't turn me on very much at all. No.
But this is the first. This is the first of our hot weather this weekend.
We've had a pretty mild summer so far
Yeah. So
by our standards.
Wasn't it just 100 degrees the other day?
that's mild.
Mild?
That's average. In
Huh?
summer.
100 degrees is just a nice hot day.
I would
Yeah.
melt.
100 standard for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's between well, what's 38? That's 100 degrees. So yeah, that around that is pretty average. So yeah.
Well, tonight it's 18 degrees in Ohio. And our hottest summer days is like maybe 98, 99.
Yeah, negative something.
Yeah, it's going to be about -8 or 9 there.
I'm just having a look. 18. That's -8 degrees.
Yeah, that's pretty chilly.
Thanks,
I don't think
Darren.
it's ever been
Yeah.
minus in Bendigo.
If there was snow on the ground, it would be nice though because it would insulate. It'd be warmer, but there's no snow yet.
So, MB, the T-shirt that we were talking about, we were all talking about seeds and everyone hoarding seeds. And I think I was watching, oh, Jesus, is it Already Farm? Is that who I was watching the other day?
Yeah.
Did I don't know if anyone watched her video on her seeds. She had a cabinet, a massive, great big cabinet, and it had like about 40 drawers, and she was pulling out seeds. And I'm like, wow, like she was pulling out stacks of seeds. And I think it was Sherry, and just when she was on your live, we were talking about Seed Hoarders Anonymous, and we were talking about doing a T-shirt for Seed Hoarders Anonymous, because I'm sure we're all pretty much members of it, because I know I've got seeds that are 14 years old. So, that I've been hoarding. So we just, and I'm not creative. Like I can't draw a stick figure. So, yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything about that, but I'd be happy to help out with that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. That'd be
I
fantastic.
can draw a stick, but not a stick figure.
I would tell you, I did a new one for me. I just did a new tattoo design for one of my buddies from YouTube for Petway Family Farmstead. It was one of his family members.
For
We kept
James.
it a big secret for a while. Still is, actually. He ain't even said anything about it on his channel, but to ship that piece of paper, because he wanted the original as a gift for later on, just to ship that one single piece of paper to him, he's only 2 states away, was like $50-$60 for
Oh,
Wow.
paper. Seriously. Yeah, it was ridiculous. So I'll be happy to do some digital some digital stuff, you know. So what I did for him was I just did like sketched it out first with some charcoal, and then like I did on the video for the Shed Wars t-shirt, I just transferred it over to graphic design and then just mailed it over to him. And he loved it so much. He was like, "What, can I get the original on paper?" And I was like, "Sure, no problem." He's like, "Well, it's 2 days before Christmas. You think you can get it to me?" I was like, "Yeah, no problem. It ain't gonna be like $5 with the difference." Yeah, that's ridiculous. Everything's gone crazy. So everything I'm doing now is basically graphic design. So it'd be pretty easy to get you a design like whenever I get done with it overnight.
Yeah,
Email. So
that'd be awesome. I've seen some of the stuff that Jess from Roots and Refuge has done, and it's awesome. But because when I'm filming, I'm just like, oh, and I want to. If I'm filming over a couple of days, I try and keep what I'm wearing the same. And sometimes I have to go back and think, what was I actually wearing that day, and everything. And so I just want to get something, you know. And we just thought it was a bit of a laugh to get that done, because
I'll have to get a Shed Wars t-shirt.
yeah, I didn't. I must have missed that one. I didn't realize it was on. So we're going to get that. But yeah, it takes a while to get here. Obviously, I don't know. Are you having issues with your postal service, other than the
not
obvious?
well since this new COVID things come out, you know, with the they're doing the new vaccine or whatever. It's killed shipping on a lot of stuff, and other things that really affected it. So as far as shipping paintings go, it's been pretty normal, but anything else has been ridiculous, like the prices and how long it's took to get to places. Even just one state over has been crazy.
No, it took me 2
Sorry.
months to send the Dana. No, it was more than 2 months.
Wow.
And it took forever just to get out of Melbourne, and then it sat in New York for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I actually noticed that, Darren, when I got my Polyface, it got to there and sat there forever. And then all of a sudden it was in Australia. So that was really, but it went via Hong Kong. So,
Yeah,
but
because the commuter flights are so low, commuter flights carry small amounts of freight as a fill up.
hey, living a rogue life. Hi. I ordered a book from a company, Booktopia. And I ordered it on the Thursday and got it on Monday. And that just blew me away. I'm just like, that's an Australian company though. But see you, Josh. Yeah, I just thought it was really, really strange. Steven's disappeared. Oh yeah, this is
He's
the
getting his
book.
tape measure.
Yeah, that's the book that he ordered. Well, I ordered the other day for him. So yeah, but that took 3 days to get here. So yeah.
It's funny. Mine's in the other room. I'm not getting up to get it.
It's the what if you get onto Amazon, it's basically when you put in canning, that's the book that arrives. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna love you and leave you for a second. I'll be back in a minute. Just talk amongst yourself.
I think she's doing a Jess.
Huh?
Hey.
Toilet break. Actually, she's not doing it. She's
You
not
know,
doing it. She hasn't gone 6 times already.
Right. On that note,
She was just waiting for an opportunity. Dear. So MB, what's a regular day on the farm where you are? What sort of things do you get through during a day?
Oh man,
In this cold weather.
it's different, but sometimes it's the same. On a regular, when it is the same, one of us is going to run the company while the other one stays here and does the homesteading and the virtual academy homeschool.
Yep.
Because that kids is here. They haven't went to public school. I mean, even before all this other stuff started, they've always been to digital virtual academy. That fits in with homesteading because life here is pretty crazy. So while one's working, the other one gets up and does the homeschooling. And after that, well, actually, the first thing, somewhere between 4 and 5, we get up and feed. The animals eat before we do. Then the computers are get running up and warmed up for everybody to the school. Then we cook. After that, while the servers and everything's getting warmed up, everybody's getting signed in. We feed everybody, and then they come in and do school. While they're doing school, they have to have a life coach with them. So we don't get to do anything outside. We have to sit with them. And after that, it's back to maintaining 3 rental properties plus this one here. And then we have to do the second time of feed and then come in and do payroll and check all the attendance. It's crazy, man. I could go on. I guess it don't end until 11 or 12:30 at night when we're trying to network and do stuff on 4 different channels.
Mate, that is a fairly full bucket you're carrying around there. I don't think there's much room to put much more in there.
So you need someone present for the homeschooling.
Just wants to run down every day. He's a very
You need someone to be present for the homeschooling.
Yes. Well, that's right now. It's because of age. The older kids, that's like 13, 14 or whatever, they can do stuff by themselves, but they still have to have a life coach to do the password for sign in and the attendance and stuff like that. They can't enter their own attendance. The smaller kids, all the way up to like 4th, 5th grade or whatever, they have to have a life coach that have to be with them the whole time. Yeah, you can't leave their side. So
yeah, so and Dana's done homeschooling the old-fashioned way with hers, and now her daughter's going to. They've got a compass thing they call it, where they go twice a week to there and just have some in-class time, and it's just like smaller classes of homeschool type kids.
yeah, this is a little different. What they do is every day they get up, they have a teacher, just like we have here on StreamYard, but it's called Zoom. And she's up in the right-hand corner, and he has all his classmates that he can see. And they have 2 or 3 hours of live class, and then after live class, the teachers go away, and they have the platform changes into homework, and they have like 7 or 8 different classes of homework to do that day. So they're still sitting in front of the computer somewhere between 4 to 6 hours, even after the teachers are gone, doing homework. So I mean, it's pretty hectic.
Stephen used to be a teacher, and we had to have Harrison at home schooling for a while. And I work full time; he works full time. And even though I was here, oh God. And he's a teacher. Like it was just, and he's 11, so he was pretty much managed himself and everything. But wow, hats off to anyone who homeschools their kid, because I mean it's a great experience for them and everything like that. But I couldn't cope. My job is a little bit stressful, and I can get a bit touchy at times, especially when he's asking me questions and I'm trying to keep a person from going under. But I just homeschooling, hats off. So it's hard.
Especially the new stuff. The new stuff is way different than the normal education. Like our smallest kid, he goes to virtual academy, which was designed for kids to go their whole life all the way to 12th grade. But the new stuff, because of COVID, our oldest child from a different marriage that we share custody with, he's in a whole different grade and a whole different academy. But that new stuff, because of COVID, it came from the public schools that they created, and it's failing kids left and right. It's ridiculous because we have to deal with that plus what our smaller child's doing, and we've always did. The new public stuff, we're the same way. It's like there's no way. I don't even know how they're doing anything with it. There's no way they can learn from that.
Yeah, my 12-year-old daughter has math homework all the time from virtual learning, and I don't understand any of it. I had a hard enough time going to school myself, let alone learning all the ways they are trying to teach math now. I'm like, you want English and writing? I'm right there, but math, no.
Yeah.
It's funny because the teachers are trying to learn while they're trying to teach. You can see them trying to learn what they're trying to do too. It's crazy.
See, math was my go-to.
Yeah.
I tutored my daughter for math.
Yeah, I think Stephen and I were both in what they called extension maths, which is like the one step up. And English I'm okay with, but, just some of the things that they're learning and that now it's just difficult. But a friend of ours, her daughter graduated and became a teacher at the start of last year, and it was her first year in, and by March she had to go to visual learning. And I pity that poor girl because she'd only just become a teacher and all of a sudden her classroom's gone. So she found it really difficult but got through it. But couldn't homeschool.
In the last 20, 30 years there's been a big change in educational theory as well, in that in the good old days it was very much just about rote learning, and it was just this is how you do it, and you do it a number of times and eventually you'll understand it. Whereas now there's very much a focus on the underlying concepts and making sure that they understand the actual mechanics behind what they're learning, particularly in maths. So it's about
to a degree that rote learning is pretty important. And I found with my daughter, because I tutored her, like she was really struggling with the math. And part of the problem is they didn't have that times table memorization because they don't do that now. Whereas back at school, we had to memorize the times tables.
Yeah.
They're sitting there doing maths and there's nothing happening here. It's got to go to the calculator because they can't do it here.
My sister's an accountant and she didn't have to pass maths. She only passed English to get into college. So an accountant that doesn't need to know how to count.
And my theory, or my take on it was, and I used to run my classroom, I would always take a middle road, because what you're saying there is the problems always lie at the extremities. If you're just doing rote or if you're just doing conceptual, then you're missing out on the other. So, always the true path lies in the middle. So it's about making sure they do have that opportunity to practice and get down pat. But at the same time, you're also reinforcing the concepts, so we don't want them just barking at 8 times 5 is 40 if they don't understand what 8 groups of 5 actually is. So it's about just getting that balance right for me. And that's the tricky bit, because it's it's difficult.
Guess what?
What?
Hello.
Chicken butt.
Hi, how's everybody? I'm so tall. Let me get in here. Hi.
On your knees. Get on your knees.
Shut your mouth.
You can see that.
That's a different live stream.
Yeah, that's a whole different one. That's a whole different one.
I didn't see that part. I'm just me.
No, I came in here when you were talking about homeschooling.
Oh yeah, you want to sit down?
No, you can.
Yeah,
I can. I mean, not you.
We've got a great view of your boobs, so
That's what I was trying to tell her. Boobs are getting on your knees.
That's another live stream again.
Mama Steve is my hero because
dude, he's my favorite.
I want to get her out of the room. I can just play a snake video a couple of times and get the old rope out of the bathrobe and throw it.
Are you trying to get drop kicked? Hi. Now you can see my face. Hi. How are y'all?
I heard you were getting a bit freaked out with some of the snake videos on my channel, so yeah.
Yeah. The Red Chili one was really pretty.
It was beautiful, that one, but you don't get to see the good part where he's not allowed to film catching it. He's allowed to film releasing it, but actually seeing him catch them is just my heart races.
I've actually got on that channel hidden because I can't have it public, but I've got some video that a guy filmed when I went to his place over in a little place just near here, and he had two red belly blacks, and they'd got caught in bird netting, and I had to cut them out. So I actually got footage of some of the. I was basically had to hold onto the snake for about half an hour while I then cut the thing out, and then I had to pin its head and just So that was it. The beauty of it is though that they're a really timid, beautiful native snake. So they're my favourite.
That's funny.
Carl, you have issues.
Yeah.
I love Carl. He's just he's good. So yeah, good for a laugh. Sorry. So what's everyone's plans? Like our Sunday's nearly over. So what are you guys doing tomorrow?
Sleeping.
Yeah.
Sure, you're appearing on a live somewhere on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
Jess, you're like McDonald's. Every time I turn around, there you are.
I'm not going to make a comment back to that.
Gonna call you Macca's Jess.
At least you didn't say you get around, Jess. So you know.
No, Steve gets
You
around
can't have
there.
it the way you want it.
I would just like to say something in her Jess's defense. The other day I woke up and it was early, and I open up YouTube and I hit a live, and there he is. It's like, and then I'm like chasing lives around, and there he is again, and I'm like, seriously. So
Isn't that the morning he kept asking you, do you want coffee? Do you want coffee?
yeah. Yeah,
So sweet to you.
it's just like, I don't want to see your face first thing in the morning. I go to sleep with that. I don't want to see it in the morning. So just let me wake up and there it is.
I was on Two Family the other day, a channel I call every week. I was on Two Family and someone said, that sounds like Bomber Steve. It's like, what?
Oh, Nettie Archer's first day of kindy tomorrow.
Oh, when you called in, Darren.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I called into Two Family, someone said, that sounds like Bomber Steve. I was like, you're kidding. I call every week.
He's just the new kid on the block, Darren.
It just goes to show how much he gets around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sharing the love, mate.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I got into this live the other day, and I'm like, how do you even know these people? And then before he was like, someone came in and, oh no, I was chatting to them the other day, and I'm like seriously, like you need to go back to work. So yeah.
Yeah, he's tramping about. He's a little bit of a tramp.
I've got basically no manager at work, so I just jump on any time I like. It's great.
Don't say that on the live. No, I go back to work in a couple of days. So the only time I'm ever going to get onto lives is when you guys are awake. So that's all good. So, but it's just like, I don't know. You know.
Please, Carl.
Yeah. There's a family. I don't know. So,
No.
Oh my God, kindergarten germs are no fun. I was talking to Nettie. Sorry, she said kindergarten germs for the first year when they go into public school. I'm glad we didn't have to do that with Hendrix. With William, it was terrible. Like the first 3 weeks, he was sick every day. Ugh.
My first 2 years as a teacher, I got sick that many times. I spent 2 years just fighting colds, flus, and everything. And then once you got through those first year or two, then you sort of got a bit of a cast iron.
Yeah. And I used to work in schools, and I was a computer technician, and you'd walk into the computer lab and you'd see all the kids going, and then I had to touch the computer, and I'm like,
Yeah.
And then I walked in, and one kid had a snail on the keyboard, and I'm like, what is wrong with you people? So yeah, but
Yeah. What grade level did you teach for?
I taught everything from prep, which is
preparatory, which is like kinder.
The first, so 5-year-olds. And I went right up to even year 10, so 16-year-olds. But I mainly was grade 4, 5, 6 in that area. But I basically taught everything from start of primary school to what you would call junior high. Yeah,
So
I didn't
your main
enjoy it.
area was around your maturity level.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
His maturity level.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the weirdest thing was Stephen's 6'2", and I remember one day walking into a class and he'd been moved from 5 6s down to grade 1 and 2s.
Preps.
Yeah. And
Oh,
he's
1, 2s,
standing there and he's having to talk to these kids and they're like up to his knees. And so there was this great big guy, and it was really weird.
The first time I watched Kindergarten Cop, there was a lot of deja vu there. It was sort of like, I've been there.
Hey, not so remote Alaska.
Yeah, got someone from Alaska. How exciting is that?
What are you doing down there, Mr. Heritage?
I was going to tell everybody I was on my knees and Sweeney's live.
Something about him being on his knees in Sweeney's life.
Whatever floats your boat. Who's living? Oh, good to see you living a rogue life. Thanks for joining us on our first live that was going so well. Until we let
All
down.
right, folks, I'm going to have to make a move. I've got some editing to knock out.
Yeah, we've been here for 2.5 hours, and we've got to go out and take water out to the cows and give them a bit of food and check the chooks and all that sort of stuff. And
But have you worked out it's not big and bad and scary?
Sorry?
Have you worked out it's not big and bad and scary?
I know. I don't mind this. I'd probably try and figure out when we can do this again. So
Get a regular time slot.
And the raid was just, it got me a bit teary, which if you know me is a very, very hard thing to do. I'm as cold as ice. Yeah. But
Yeah, that
Darren?
might have slipped out in Bibby's live last night.
All right.
oh, okay. Yes.
Now, Darren, let's see how we're gonna have a traditional Australian meal for a Sunday night. So what are we heading to? What are we going to get?
Roast lamb.
That'd be lunch.
No.
No, fish and chips. We'll have to get fish and chips tonight.
It's a bit
Oh,
late.
that's Friday night.
It is Friday
yeah.
night. Friday
Yeah.
night fish, or for those New Zealanders, fish and chops. Roast
Fish
lamb.
and greases.
Yeah,
Yeah, Nettie, we're a bit late. We forgot to get it out of the freezer, so
that'll be next
we
weekend.
don't want to be eating at midnight. So, oops. So, thanks, Bibby. For supporting us, and thanks to everyone for jumping in and joining us too. So,
Thanks for having us.
yeah, it's it's been fun. So
Yep.
I will probably do this again, and just trying to work out a time. Today was perfect because 2:00 today was going to hit 40 degrees or 105 or whatever it was. So we weren't going to be outside anyway. So so it was good.
Hey,
But, yeah.
Julianne, did you figure out if Wednesday would work for you?
Yes, it does. Yes. Yep.
Oh, look out! The
Are you going
pajama
to be a
llama.
pajama llama?
I'm going to be a pajama llama. I've got pajamas with monkeys all over them. So, I might have to. It's a onesie.
Oh, I am so coming into that live. Just sitting in the chat. That's cool.
It's going to be funny. What I might put hair in rollers and face cream. You do it not at night, right? So that way no one will know what I look like.
That's all right.
I'll be agent. So
I'm
Actually,
not allowed
we
to appear on there
all have
'cause
to message
number one, I'm a boy.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
you've
number
got,
2. I don't wear pajamas.
Same.
yeah. No one wants to see what he sleeps in.
Julianne, we have a
No one
theme.
wants to see that.
I have a theme for Wednesday, so I'll have to message you later to let you know what the theme is for Wednesday.
Oh.
I'm not anything. I'm game. So I married him, so I must. Well, no, I didn't actually. So there's no ring on that finger, but that's a whole different story. So I'm up for anything. So I'm not shy.
As Darren said, you're not fussy.
Apparently I'm obviously not fussy. So
I've never said that.
Oh.
I wouldn't run you down like that.
Oh, I reckon you might have inferred it.
he's not
You
said
might
that.
you might not have come out and specifically said it, but I reckon there was definitely an inference there.
Bye, Jackos.
Maybe.
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 Yeah, Natty. Hopefully you can catch it because I think it's going to be Thursday for me. So which is the day I go back to work. So I'll just have to pull my out of office on for a little bit. So yeah, so it'll be interesting. I'll be sitting in my building with pajamas on.
I think they're gonna
Could be fun. My staff are going to think I'm an idiot. But
All right, we might call this one.
thanks guys for joining us. We really appreciate
Yeah, thank
it.
you so much, Darren and Jess and MB. We really appreciate it.
And thanks for everyone who did the room raid. So we really appreciate that. That was amazing. Had no idea what was going on there for a couple of seconds, and then saw North Shore's name and thought, I know what's happening here. So, but just want to thank you guys for jumping in and actually having a chat to everyone as well. And thank you for everyone for their support and encouragement to just put ourselves out here and have a bit of a chat. And it's been fantastic, and we really appreciate it. And we love you all, and thanks for everything you do for us.
They're still awesome.
Just flop it out.
tomorrow.
All right, guys.
All right, guys.
We're going to end there. So love you all. Bye.
Yeah.